You got it locked on Roadium Radio.
Due to circumstances beyond anyone's control, Dr. Dre is in the motherfucking house. So right about
Welcome back, everyone, to Roadium Radio, episode 309. And did I say 309? Yes, I did. Other than that, I want to thank everybody who has tuned in, everybody in the live chat, everybody who liked, comment, subscribed, everybody who shared. And I also want to shout out all of our members. Once again, thank you for everybody who's become a member. We are dropping content weekly. I'll be dropping something this week, most likely, if not tomorrow, most likely Friday. But I will be dropping something definitely new. You know what? And I want to give a shout out to the artists that have been here recently, Swindler and Face vs. It. You know, because a lot of people hit me up and told me, you know, Tone, I appreciate your platform because a lot of these artists I have never heard of. And this is why we provide a platform to give these artists that possibly don't have other outlets to how to get their music out there, how to get their merch out there, or even how to get their face out there. But respects to them, you know what? They have a good following on social media. And what Roadium Radio does is shine light on what they are doing. So much love and respect to them. If you guys have not checked out their interview, definitely check it out because they definitely got a dope story that a lot of artists and producers can actually learn from. So other than that, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and jump right into it with, I'm just going to say it, the one and only legend.
What's going on, man? What's going on?
How you doing, brother?
I'm so glad to be here. It was a good drive. It's a pleasure to be here with you, man. I'm so proud of your success and how far you come with this so far.
Oh, thank you. You know what? It was funny because when I posted up your flyer today, a couple of cats told me, "Who's that?" And I said, "I'm glad you asked that. Tune in and find out."
That's right.
That's what I said. Because, see, a lot of times we have people that will say, "How come you don't have Snoop? How come you don't have like an Ice Cube? How come you don't have like a Mac 10?" But here's what I say. What I tell them, why don't you go on Google and type in Ice Cube, Snoop, or Mac 10 interviews, and you get about 20 of them.
Yeah.
Really, what's going to happen, I would love to have these guys here, but they're really going to give you the same story.
Right.
Here you have somebody that's come in who can actually spit, okay?
Thank you, bro.
But maybe you might not have ever heard of them. And let me tell you something, there's been people that have come here and that have grown a fan base because they were here and people said, "Bro, you brought an artist that I never heard of that's fucking dope."
That's what's up.
So anyways, other than that, brother, how have you been? Today is Wednesday. Take us back to Friday. How was your weekend?
Man, you know what? It's been a crazy weekend. I'm going through a loss in the family. You know, my abuelita, she passed away. So we're kind of just dealing with all that.
Rest in peace, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that. I know she's just watching over as always. My cousin Beto passed away this year too. But this weekend, you know, we just been doing things for the funeral. I've been handling my business. I got 2 other businesses that I do. So I'm also working on a book right now. I got an album I'm working on. And I'm just trying to stay busy, man. But the weekend was good. I tried to not to get too sloppy, you know what I'm saying? And,
right.
Just try to stay focused and not have to reboot myself during the hangover process, you know? Yeah.
Speaking of a hangover, one of my buddies got drunk because he said he was watching, like, I didn't watch the fight. I think it's Nate Diaz.
Right.
Did you watch the fight?
I did.
Okay.
I watched a little bit of it, and then I just took off.
Okay. Are you a fan of those, who were they, the Logan guys or whatever?
I'm I don't really have much to say about him. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a fan of Nate Diaz, though, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a real fight?
No. Come on.
So it's just an exhibition?
It was you know, let's get some money together. Let's get people to come spend over here. And, you know, it's sold. Tickets are sold. Let's fucking, you know, do what we have to do.
See, I can't do that, bro.
Yeah,
I can't.
I feel like that's not okay for a lot of people's fan base. You know what I mean? It's disrespectful for wasting people's money, wasting people's time. You know what I mean? You see them turning around and, you know, I was just like, what are we watching here? People were pissed off where I was at. You know what I mean?
Really?
It was just like, bro, we paid for this. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
How much does a fight like that go on?
Like
paper?
$50.
50 bucks?
Yeah.
Wow. I think the last fight I bought was, and I got ripped off, was Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis.
Yeah.
Before that, it's been years since I paid for anything. But I didn't want my son going out and drinking, so I said, you know what, mijo? We're just going to order it. We're going to watch it. We're going to order some food.
Yeah.
And it was just a big disappointment. I said, that was like, what, $85 down the drain?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good. I'm good with that.
Yeah, fights will do that sometimes.
Yes, yes. Now, you a big sports guy?
I'm a Patriots fan. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, but, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a Patriots fan, Dodgers fan. And you know, anything Cali, you know, the Golden State, I'm a fan.
Okay. Now, as far as Patriots, okay, like, was that because of Tom Brady, and are you still a fan even though that he's gone?
Oh, no, so that's a funny story. I was somewhere in San Jacinto because I got kicked out of school over here, so I'm a teenager in San Jacinto at this time, right? And I moved into this random area, and I never watched football, playing basketball outside, and there's these neighbors who are like, hey, you guys want to come over and watch the game? And I was like, well, you know, what game? They're like, football. Oh, I don't watch football. They're like, well, come watch it. Come over. So it was like the Seahawks against the Patriots. They're like, well, who's your team? And I was like, man, I don't have a team. They're like, well, you got to pick one. You got to have a team. And I was like, fine, I'm going to go with the Patriots. That's my team. He's like, all right, if that's your team for the rest of your life. Like, that has to be it. I didn't know about Brady. I didn't know about no rings. I didn't know about nothing. I just knew they were on TV, and I had to pick a team. And I stayed with the Patriots my whole life.
And was that the Super Bowl? Because they played in the Super Bowl.
It was the Seahawks and the Patriots Super Bowl. That was definitely a barbecue where we got invited over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
I had no idea I was going to get so much shit for it. I was like, man, I done picked the fucking, like, Patriots, bro. You ain't from Massachusetts. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know what? Because out here, a lot of Raider fans.
Yeah.
And a lot of Raiders think that they got gypped out of a Super Bowl because of the Patriots, and they probably did, but so what?
You got the Raider fans, 49er fans.
Now, I'm a Cowboys fan, so.
My son is a Cowboys fan, man.
Oh, we're good.
Me and him, you know what's dope? My son's older, so we just talk shit. You know, I'll be on the road. I'll be like, did you see? Because there was a game, I don't know if you caught it. It was probably like a year and a half ago. The Patriots played the Cowboys.
Yes.
And it was a fucking good game.
Yes.
It was a close-ass game.
Yes.
And we're on the phone just like, did you see that? So, I mean, that's the cool thing about not having the same team with your son, the talking shit, you know?
Right. I think we won.
Yeah, you did win. And then that was the comment. He's like, did you see us win? I was just like, on overtime. That's not even a win. Yeah, but yeah, it was a win.
Oh, good. So for the fans that may not know, where originally are you from?
I was born in L.A. I was born in General Hospital.
Okay.
In Los Angeles. By the time I got to kindergarten, I moved to Pomona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was a baby in L.A., but obviously, you know, we lived out there, so I was still going to school in Pomona. Boom. Then my parents got a house in Pomona, and then I was just raised in Pomona, and, you know, got Pomona tatted on me, and then, like, you know, yeah, it was just, I grew up in this environment of just, like, thinking, you know, L.A. is Pomona. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was just like, wasn't L.A. County? Like, nah, bro. You either from Pomona or you from L.A. You know, I used to get that shit. Look, I was born here and I was raised here. I'm going to take both. Y'all can be mad at me for it.
Right. So do you still live there?
In Pomona?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, man. So now, what elementary, junior high school, and high school did you attend out there?
In elementary, I went to Westmont Elementary.
Okay.
Amazing staffing. I literally got a lot of my characteristics and just ability to survive in that area.
Really?
There was kids getting stabbed, and like sixth graders getting stabbed at the back of my school, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, okay, this is normal. You know what I'm saying? This is how elementary school is, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, in the middle school, my parents obviously saw what happened in elementary school, so we used someone's address to get out of going from like to Ganesha or to like Fremont or like those schools. So they moved us to these like little rich people schools, you know? So my mom actually went to go knock door to door to strangers. and said, you know, these are my kids.
Really?
And I really don't want them to go to a school over here. And there was this African-American family who really helped us out. And she's like, yeah, of course, you know, boom, 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 come in. And she's like, yeah, you know, I just don't want them to boom, boom, boom. And we still ended up all fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Because we still lived in Pomona, you know what I'm saying? We just went to a different schooling area. And then I went to Diamond Ranch. Diamond Ranch was a dope school. I was there my freshman year. I ended up moving to San Jacinto. My parents bought a house out there. It was during the time where you could get a fucking 6-bedroom house with 3 living rooms for like $400,000. You know what I'm saying? And we took off over there, lived there for a little bit, and I became a dad at 15.
At 15?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I got a story about Pomona. Okay. My brother used to DJ at a club in Long Beach. It was called Grand Central Station. Okay. It actually had 3 different names, but whenever a different like manager took over, it was worse. He would rename it. So it was called Noah's Ark, Infinity, and then Grand Central Station. And it was like right in the heart of like insane Crips from Long Beach.
Oh, okay.
Crazy motherfuckers, okay? And but it was cool because everybody knew us there. It was pretty much all just fucking black raza in that club. So the manager decided to open up a club in Pomona. That's when I first heard of Pomona. It was in the 80s.
Yeah.
And they told my brother, because he was a DJ / security. He was like a husky buff guy. And he said, we want you to go run Pomona over there. He came back and he goes, you think it's crazy over here? He goes, it's fucking insane over there.
In the 80s especially.
In the 80s, bro.
In the P?
I mean, because keep in mind, you know, we're from out here, so we think Long Beach, Compton, L.A., like, he said, no, bro. He said, but here's what he did say. He goes, half of them motherfuckers over there are from LA. They're just over there hiding.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I get it, bro. But Pomona does have a name. They definitely put themselves on the map.
City, man. I love Pomona.
Oh, yeah? Do you ever see yourself moving out?
Of course. Yeah. I've seen myself having properties and land all over the place, you know, but of course I'll come back, you know?
Okay. Yeah. Now, any sports growing up?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I played soccer. I played football. I did track. You know, I was at A's and B's, man. School was never like, you know, keeping information and growing off of it was never something difficult that I had to, you know, conquer. You know, it was actually the easiest thing. I would ditch school all day, get fucked up, still have good grades. My mom was like, "What the fuck is this?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This kid's getting suspended, but he's graduating. You know what I'm saying? And so when I found out I was going to be a dad, that's when I went to continuation school on purpose, and I graduated at 16. I got my high school diploma because they offered me a choice. They said you could be a dad in high school and do the whole 4 years, or you could go to continuation school, get your high school diploma, and still walk. And I was like, I'm gonna go with that option. He goes, well, with this option, you could finish as fast as you want. He's like, here's the rest of your school years, and just gives me this big ass packet. He's like, finish the packet, come back, take a test. If you pass, you graduate. And I did that in 3 months before my son was born.
Wow, you know, I'm like tripping right now that you're a dad at 15, and I'm sure there's guys out there that have done it too. But let me ask you this: how does a 15-year-old kid come home and tell his parents, "I want to be a dad"?
I'm actually writing about that in my book right now. It's actually, you know, it was crazy because you saw it in my son's mom's face. You know, she was like thicker, and I was just like, man, this girl looks different. You know, there was no period coming along, and boom, boom, boom. And then one day she was just like, hey, I haven't hit my period in like 2 months, like, and I don't think it's coming. And I'm like, and she's like, I'm gaining weight. She's like, we got to go get see if I'm pregnant. So we went to go get one, and first thing I heard her yell was shit outside of the restroom. And I was just like, fuck, that doesn't sound like a good thing. And I go in the restroom and I was like, what happened? She's like, look, and it was positive. And I was like, fuck. And I'm like, we got backpacks on. We just got out of school from walking from the fucking CVS.
Yeah.
And I was like, in reality, I wasn't ready to have a kid, and I had no idea that abortions were free, right, during the time. And I was like, we got to go tell my mom. We can't do this. We're going to have a kid. Like, what the fuck? We don't work. We're not doing anything. Our parents drive us home and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I got to my mom's house, and my mom just had her granddaughter 2 weeks prior to this. So she's in grandma world. You know what I mean? And I'm over here like, yo, I need some abortion money. And she's like, what? She said, what? I was like, yeah, she's pregnant. She just grabs her hair, and she stayed, like, grabbing her head for, like, 5 minutes in silence. And she's just like, okay. So if you guys are going to do adult things, then you guys are going to have a baby. Boom, boom, boom. And then that's when I was no longer a kid. I went straight to work, fucking different jobs, school, hustling, boom, boom, boom. And that's... As
a young man, there's something click inside of you like, wow, I am going to have a kid. I guess that la mentalidad, your mentality, did it change?
Not as fast as it should have, to be honest. And especially I was more wrapped up in myself. I wasn't a man. I didn't know to love anything besides myself, or to even try to care about anything besides myself. So the idea of me putting someone else in front of me didn't really come true until my son was actually out and born. You know what I mean? And once he was out and born, it was different. You come home to someone crying, you come home to changing diapers, you come home to like, oh shit, like this isn't something that another 15-year-old is living right now. You know what I'm saying?
Might be a silly question, but did you see your child come out?
Oh, of course. I cut the umbilical cord.
Doesn't that change?
Nah.
For me, it did.
I'm a freak, man. I'm just like, pull them out. I'm ready to pull another one. That shit don't bother me. Nah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, it did me, but okay.
I mean, but I know I could see where, because it was some intense shit. You know what I'm saying? Yes. The cutting and the sewing, and it's like, whoa, is it going to feel normal again?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you throw an extra stitch?
Tighten it up. Just maybe 2 more now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now let me ask you this. We'll back up a little bit. Growing up, you said you played a couple of sports. What about musical instruments? Anything like that?
Yeah, man. Oh, for sure. Yeah. So I played the electric guitar. I used to want to be a rock star before I wanted to do anything with hip hop. Yeah, I'm a big System of the Down fan. If I could have been anything before a rap artist, I was with my electric guitar. That's why I had long hair. For a long time, I had long hair because it was just me being a kid, swinging my hair in front of the mirror and pretending I'm fucking Slipknot, and like I just legit wanted to. I used to listen to straight edge music, and I was like into just rock for a long time. No.
Who introduced you to that? Okay, well, let's back up a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Growing up with your mother and your father, what did they play? Did they introduce you to that music?
Nah. So see, my pops used to play like Bone Thugs and Harmony, and Ice Cube, and that Dr. Dre album where someone's getting fucked.
Yeah, the Chronic.
We're right there, fucking little kids with our backpacks getting ready to school. Like, what the fuck are we listening to? My dad wouldn't change it. He'd just bang that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then he'd play, East 1999 by, Bone Thugs. And my mom was playing cumbias. And I just literally was fed a massive amount of art at a young age. My dad was painting cars. He was sending me prison pictures with cursing on it. So I was tracing pictures from prison, you know what I'm saying? And all the things he would send my mom, I would know how to shade with the pen, you know what I mean? I never even been to jail at the time.
Right.
Over years, like, how'd my dad do that? And he would tell my mom how to tell me how to do it. And yeah, man, it was just, my grandma would sing, music, as I was getting into school, I was like, yeah, I'll do choir. I've been in choir since I was in 7th grade. I was never ashamed of that. I was in there. There was so many beautiful women in choir.
Yeah.
And then when you would go to these choir meets, there would be more beautiful women. And I was just like, man, I'm going to stay in choir, bro.
Stay in choir.
You know what I'm saying? I'm singing like a motherfucker in there, but it was a good experience. I learned so much about, notes and where to be. And there was a lot of amazing choir teachers that I had that really put me in front of the class. And it's like, okay, you're going to sing a blues song. And you're going to learn the blues song and you're going to sing it with the instrumental. And that really taught me a lot. It really brought me out of, like, you could be anything if you're art. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself here. And that really expanded on why I make dembow and why I make hip hop and why I make Spanish songs or why I make underground songs. And I was just like, man, I could touch anything. Like, I even have EDM songs, and I have songs that have electric guitars in them. You know what I mean? I feel every sound I hear, there's no limit to like, oh, I can't touch that. You know what I mean?
Right. See, and that's why I like to ask these questions, because it kind of gives me an idea of where your music has been, or should I say, it gives me a look into your artistic background.
Right.
And that's why I like digging and asking these type of questions, because I'm like, okay, he must have got that from his dad, and then he must have got this from his mom, maybe. Now the choir thing, and you kind of put them together, and like, this is what shaped and molded this guy. 2nd grade,
I was singing in front of the school. I was telling them about it earlier. That was like my first performance. That was my first time that I was like, there was some band, like a corridos band at my elementary school.
Yeah.
And they were singing Los Colores. And they were like, oh, does anybody know Los Colores? Boom, boom, boom. And I raised my hand as a little kid. I didn't know the fucking song. But I remember holding the mic and seeing everybody standing and in a band behind me. And I was like, man, this feels really cool. You know what I mean?
So you weren't really nervous at all then?
I wouldn't say nervous, but just curious.
Oh, okay.
Just like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in second grade. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking around, and everybody's staring at me. There's a band playing, and I'm pretending that I know the song. Lord, go Lord. I was like, this is cool. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
so then that grew into doing like talent shows, and talent shows grew into like me just falling in love with music, to like my mom telling me that like I used to post up in a room that had like no furniture in it and had like a wood floors, and she says that I used to sit in there and like to hear my voice, and I used to just do notes out loud like and I used to just hear myself. And she says she would stand in the hallway and be like, this motherfucker is weird.
Right.
Just sitting in the room just trying to hear himself, you know.
So where did the rock thing come from? Was that just through the homie? Because you said you wanted to be a rock star. So how did you get introduced to that genre of music?
Damn. I think, I don't know who put a System of the Down anything in front of me, but that was, I know every System of the Down song like front to back.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. And I just decided to get a guitar one day, and then I got someone who come over. He was into my sister. That's the only reason why he would do it for free. You know what I'm saying? And my sister, I just be like, bro, just flirting. Let me learn how to play this fucking guitar,
right.
You know? And some fat guy named Mikey, I remember. But he used to get down. He used to play sick, and he had a band too. And yeah, I was in love with rock. I mean, I still am. If I ever got tickets to go to a System of the Down show, that's a bucket list thing, man.
Right. So you've never seen him perform then?
No, but my boy Armin, he's performed with them. He knows them. I've talked to him like, yo, I gotta go do. He's like, bro, you gotta catch a show. Like, yeah, but it's definitely in the list of to do.
What was it about that group that stood out to you that really captivated you?
Just the rawness, and then me not understanding that everything was political in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they are. You know, they're speaking about struggles from Armenia. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like political and like prison systems, and like they're trying to build a prison. They're trying to build a prison. That's what they're talking about. You know?
Right.
And I was just like, shit. You know, and it's just the energy off these dudes. You know what I mean? I had no idea they were Armenian. I had no idea they were political. I just like,
Right.
this sounds raw.
Right. Okay. And now, where in the midst of all this did you start picking up like, okay, I think I'm gonna start writing some rap shit?
My parents would like fuck each other up all the time when I was a kid, and me and my sister would have to go run outside and post up with like our raw riders and shit because, you know.
Oh, you mean they were like going at it?
Yeah, they would fuck each other up, and
Wow.
it came to a point where I just didn't want to hear no more. So you remember those Walkmans and stuff?
Yeah.
I remember putting the CD in there. Was, you know, you could hear it move and shit. And I
Right.
would just zone out, and I would hear beats. And just to not hear it, you would still hear it over the beat. So then I would start talking over myself. And I was just like, let's just not hear this, you know, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
And then songs just started being written. And then when they would stop fighting, I was still writing songs. And I was like, man, I guess I'm writing songs now. You know what I'm saying? And
About how old were you at that point?
like 7th grade.
7th grade now. How did you get introduced to rap? Do you still remember possibly the first, was it mostly because of your father?
You know what? You might not even believe this, man. There was an episode of The Simpsons with Cypress Hill. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Where it's like an
I was not a
orchestra.
big Simpson fan, but I did watch that one.
Yeah, so there was a Cypress Hill Simpsons episode, and I was walking by the TV. Man, I should tell Be Real this one day. And there was like an orchestra on The Simpsons playing with this, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, this is sick. And I was a kid. I used to record The Simpsons off of a VHS thing.
Yeah.
Just to watch it later. I'm exposing my age right now.
It's all good.
But yeah, and that's how I fell in love with it. That's literally, I remember that episode. They were in the living room. It was like they were wearing like a suit, and like, you know, it was like a Be Real Simpsons thing. And yeah.
As a matter of fact, they just recently performed with an orchestra.
No shit.
Like not too long ago.
That's crazy.
Like real crazy. Yeah, man.
Oh, you know what? I think I did see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
very impressive.
Very, very impressive. Beer's very, very, well, they're all talented, bro. All those guys are talented.
Yeah.
Now, as far as when did you start taking this rap thing seriously, bro? Because, again, I went on your page. One thing I wanted to ask you, you don't have too many posts.
Right.
But you do have posts on there where you are spitting. And I was very, very impressed, okay? So, and that takes a lot, you know, to get to where you're at right now. When did do you remember when, like you said, you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna make this happen, I'm gonna go for it? Was there a certain time or a certain age that you were at that you said, that you can recall, like, I'm gonna...
Yeah, for sure. You know, my son was already born, and I was rapping in the closet. I was in the closet with a mic with my own Pro Tools with that N-Box Mini. I know you the N-Box Mini, the little
of
Pro
course.
Tools thing, and I was just recording myself, and I I remember every time I was done doing a track, I was like, this just sounds hard. Like, this just sounds hard.
So you actually liked hearing yourself then?
Right. And
Okay.
it was that's one thing that I make sure I do on any song that I do. I got to impress myself. You know, it's easy to impress other people. You know what I'm saying? But to impress myself off of the last time I impressed myself and still be like, man, you motherfucker, you still got it, bro. Like, it's still a legitimate, like, I still write and I'm like, God damn, that's crazy. You know, like if I'm not even sending whatever while I'm writing, I'm still impressed by that cat.
Okay. Now, do you recall when you recorded yourself and then you finally allowed somebody else to hear it? And what was their thoughts?
Man, so it's hard to say that I just focus on one thing when being a dad. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I was being a dad. I was trying to do music. I was trying to have a job, going to college at the time. You know what I mean? I was in college by 16 and a half and selling drugs and shit. Like, it was just everything. So it was never a point in time where I just woke up and it's just music.
Yes, I understand.
It was always just like music, kids, work, boom, boom, boom. But I could never live without it. There was never a day I woke up where it wasn't like, you should stop doing this, or like, you should, you know, go do this and go do that. And I would record myself on different screens. There was those big ass screens, you know, the old screens or whatever. And there was like a 60-second gap where you could record. And that's the first time where I was like recording. And then when I would record, I show it to people. And then my sister was living with us. Obviously we're kids, you know?
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, I wrote something for you. I want you to rap this after I rap this. And she's like, what? Why? I was like, just do it. You know what I mean? And it was just a screen and boom. And then we would play it back and we would show it to people. And that's when I was like, man, this shit sounds pretty cool. And then little by little, I started doing like these little battles, you know? I was part of a group called Young Charmers.
Okay. Now, how were you introduced to them?
I was in San Jacinto. And it was crazy because, I mean, I got black people in my family, you know what I'm saying? So when I got to different places, even when I would go to jail, you know, there was always that politics shit. I never understood that, you know. I had homies doing riots and they're just looking at me like this was not going to hit none of us because we're cool with everybody, you know what I'm saying? And it was just something that I would kick it with a lot of the blacks in San Jacinto, and they put me in this group. I was the only Hispanic one there, and I was only, there was like Prince Charm, King Charm, and then I was Charm the Legend, and they was just like, bro, you're crazy. Like, they already knew I was out doing them, and they would just tell me like, bro, you're just something else, bro. And till this day, they're still homies of mine. They're still fans. They still listen. They're like, you know, when I would tour with Snoop, they were like, we told you, bro. Like, we told you, and that's how I ended up with that Charmers thing. And then when I started making music with Jack, and I was still Charm the Legend, we were at a bar, and he was like, we got to change the charm, bro.
Okay, now you said Jack. Please let people know who that is.
Oh, it's Sick Jackin'. You know, Psycho Realm. Shout out my brother Sick Jackin'. Shout out everybody in the Psycho Realm family, Duke. You know, my boy Jake, I was locked up with his brother. That's how I ended up meeting Jack. And yeah, man, they've been a blessing. I literally eat at their mom's house. You know, they're just a beautiful family. It's unreal how talented and passionate, and how they're literally like the definition of hip hop artists that like the world doesn't have no more. You know what I'm saying? If you're ever in like a studio with Jack, me and him go at it. We'll go in the studio and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna fuck you up today, right? Vamos a ver, you know, cause
right.
Yeah, but it's always good, friendly competition, and when the songs are done, it's just always creative prosperness. You know what I'm saying? We were just like fucking like, this was great.
Now, before you tell us that story about the charm thing, how did you end up meeting those guys? The Sick Jackin' family.
Oh, okay. So I ended up getting locked up.
Okay.
I got locked up. And when I was locked up, I ended up meeting Jack's brother Jake there.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know it was his brother. He just had a Psycho Realm tattoo. And I was like, you like Psycho Realm? He's like, yeah. I wasn't really familiar with them. You know what I'm saying? I was just told what it was about, you know. And when I got out, I had booked a show with them at the Whiskey Go-Go. Okay. And I was like, hey, Jake, you know, I got a show with Psycho Realm. Like, don't you got their tattoo? And I was like, come to the show. I got you tickets. He's like, no, I'll be there. And I was like, why would you be there, bro? He's like, no, I'll see you there. So when I get there, I called Jake and I was like, yo, I'm at the show. Let me get you in. He's like, bro, I'm in the VIP. Come up here. And I was like, what the fuck? So when I was like, what the fuck you doing in the VIP? He's like, let me introduce you to my brother. And that's when I met Jack. Sick Jack.
Wow. I performed one time over there.
At the Whiskey Go-Go?
Yes. It was a must because I'm a big Jim Morrison fan. So I knew that he was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me to have gone there and performed there, I'm like, it's off the bucket list. You know what I'm saying?
Whiskey Go-Go is the place to perform at.
You know what? Okay, I'm gonna share this with you. Did you ever see this movie? It's called American Satan. Okay, I think people can watch it on Amazon.
Okay.
It's actually a pretty, it's an entertaining Hollywood movie. It's about a rock band that is looking to make it out here, but they ended up meeting Satan, and they ended up getting a deal with him. They end up performing there, and then they end up at that, I think it's called the Rainbow Bar or whatever.
Okay.
Where a lot of people say a lot of artists go there and make deals. They actually perform it there. So they actually show a lot of locations that a lot of artists know about that are in the industry. So I think it's pretty interesting, bro. But yeah, they perform at the Whiskey A Go-Go, and then they go to the Rainbow Bar. So it's actually pretty interesting. So if you get a chance and you have an opportunity to kill, American Satan is actually pretty damn good.
You said American what?
American Satan.
Satan. Oh, okay.
Like they
Satan.
just come out and say, we're Satanists.
Oh, shit.
Because we made a deal with the fucking devil and he said, take it to the top. But it's funny because he does take it to the top, but they're fucking miserable the whole time, like a lot of these artists today.
Have you seen that movie, Oh, My Brother?
With
Yeah, him, that guy.
yeah, okay, that guy.
George Clooney.
George Clooney, yes.
You see how that, where he's like with the guitar, and he's like, oh, I made a deal with the devil. He's a white man, gave me the guitar.
Yes. It's kind of like that movie Crossroads with the Karate Kid, but it's supposedly based on a true story where Robert Johnson goes to the crossroads of Mississippi and makes a deal with the devil there. But it only lasts like a 1 year.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah.
You got one little 1 year deal. That's a bad deal with the devil.
It's a bad deal with the devil.
That's a bad deal.
I mean, you look at the 27 Club, because he died at 27, Robert Johnson.
Yeah.
And this is not in order, but I'll just name them. Jimi Hendrix, 27. Jim Morrison, 27. Janis Joplin, 27. I believe Amy Winehouse, 27. And Kurt Cobain, 27.
Yeah.
So all these 27 guys.
Yeah. I think that's, they put them in a position where they got to choose, like, that Satanism. And if they say no, I think that's how they let them go.
Probably.
Yeah. And then they got that age group.
Yeah.
To do it. That's what I believe. What's that? Jenny Rivera.
Yeah.
She died in a plane too. It's just too many coincidences on people in planes. Kurt Cobain and like.
Yes. It is because they did a study on Kurt Cobain when he supposedly shot himself with a shotgun and blew his head off. They were trying to say that his arms were so small and that gun was so big he wouldn't have been able to reach it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, at least it's not that obvious. If you see a guy stabbed in his back 25 times, you can't say he committed suicide.
Right.
So
that was that's a hard murder right there.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
So now, as far as so you were telling me, take us back to the Whiskey Go. So you meet Sick Jacket, and that's where you guys, your friendship started.
Yeah. So we met, and like I said, I wasn't too familiar with their music, and I really wish I was, and I ended up getting a deal. I did a lot of deals, like Dipset West or, my boy Sinatra, or, I was with like, who Edie I Mean from the Outlaws is. I was signed with them for a little bit. We were doing, stadium shows with Nipsey Hussle. And
did you ever meet Nipsey?
I crossed paths with him, and it was like this.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was never like, what's up, chop it up, shut up. No, we were just crossing. He was about to go on stage. I was over here. I was like, what's up, Nip? He was like, what's up? Boom, boom, boom.
Right. So you really have been out there then?
With the grace of God, yeah. I've I toured with Red Food from LMFAO for a bit. We toured with, Snoop. We toured with Sig Jack, and we've had amazing experiences with music, and it's always followed me if I didn't follow it,
Now somebody would have asked, well, look, I'm trying to get put on. How did you get on tours with them?
Man, it's crazy. Being around the right people who are talented in other ways. I was really in the barber game. I didn't cut hair. All my boys cut hair. They all own barbershops, and they ended up doing A-list barber cuts, or, they would show up to, like my boy Vince the Barber, extremely talented from Toronto, one of the greatest barbers here. He was actually one of my PRs. He would take me to go meet Tyrese Gibson on a one-on-one basis.
Wow.
Yeah. And he would have me work at his barbershop. Sean Paul would show up, and he would just always put me in these positions like, do you? And that's how I learned to, at the end of the day, like you said, like you could make two people meet, but if you don't know how to make that magic happen, the shit just won't happen. You know what I mean? And I feel like Vince really introduced me to that. Like, bro, this is who you are. Like, just be yourself. Go over there. Do what you do when you talk to me, And I learned a lot, man. I remember I tried to take a picture while Tyrese Gibson was right here. He's getting his haircut. Tyrese looks back. He's like, you trying to take a picture? I was like, nope. What you talking about?
Right.
He was like, so then he gets his haircut. He gets up. He's like, let me talk to you. And I was like, fuck. And he pulls me out to the side. He's like, puts his hand on my back. He's like, you don't want to be my friend? I was like, hell yeah, I want to be your friend. And he was just like, then why you take pictures? Like, you're never going to see me again. And that really taught me something too, you know? So then when I met Snoop, I was never like, oh shit, let's take a picture. I took my best friend with me. We went to the compound. Kevin Garnett was there. Martha Stewart was there. It was fucking crazy. It was like a whole game room. We were at all you see is posters of Snoop and every movie he's done, from like Baby Boy to The Wash. You know, they're everywhere. It's all blue in there. And, you know, Bishop is there. He went to go bless my session. Like, he prayed in my session. You know what I'm saying? And at those times, you don't think I wanted to pull out my phone and just be like, look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? But you got to act like you belong there. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? And so it's just a lot of lessons of being around with the right people who show you how they are with those people, and then you got to be just like them and just be neutral and make them feel like they want you around, you know.
The last thing that they want to see is a damn groupie.
Right.
That's the last thing.
They want to see someone who's going to impress them too, someone who they want to be like, because they still have people they look up to too.
You know, that reminds me a lot of my ex-manager. Well, he's only my ex-manager because he passed away, Steve Yano. He's the one. That's why we named this Roadium Radio, because he sold at the Roadium Swap Meet. And through him is who I met everyone.
Oh, shit.
It was through him that I met everyone. So one thing that he told me this one time, and he never had to tell me again: I'm going to take you to the studio. I'm going to introduce you to Dr. Dre, but I don't need you to be his groupie. And I said, Dr. Dre from the World Class Record Crew's going to be there? And he goes like, yes. He goes,
Compórtate.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much. So I said, all right. And I think Dre kind of tested me a little bit, but this is 1988.
So you were with Dre?
Yeah.
There? Oh,
yeah.
shit. I want to hear about this. Go ahead.
Yeah, 1988. I'm in the studio, and he's playing a song for me. And Gangster, you know, for NWA. He goes, what do you think it needs? And I froze.
Get the fuck out of here.
And I said, well, like, I don't know. I said, I'm not a producer. I goes, I know, but if this was a mixtape, because I was already doing mixtapes. And I said, what would you do? And I said, maybe just add scratching, not necessarily like a hook, but like some scratching.
And he did it.
Yeah, he did it. Now, maybe he already had that. I'm not going to try to take credit.
Full compliment, yeah.
Right. But maybe he already had it and he just wanted to hear.
Someone say it, yeah.
So the next time he asked me that, they were releasing their EP, 100 Miles and Running. Cube was already out. It was the first project without Cube. And he played it for me. And he sampled James Brown. He had the 808. Actually used my 808 for that song.
That's great.
And he said, what do you think it needs? And I said, this doesn't need no chorus. I said, I would just do some more scratching or some shit like that.
So this is another time you chilling.
Another time, yeah. I was in the studio with him several times.
That's fucking awesome.
But those are 2 times that he asked me, you know, and I was just like, because if people listen to Dre's early stuff like Boys in the Hood, 8 Ball, if you listen to like Gangster, if you listen to all the cutting and scratching, that's all the stuff that he would do at the Roadium Swap Meet when he was doing mixtapes to give to my manager so that he can sell them. Like that intro, we didn't play it. You heard, that was a mixtape from '88. That was Ice Cube rapping on my mixtapes. And that's really the only proof that I can prove that these people, they all said my name, you know. Now, but my thing is this, that once I got to know them, it wasn't about taking pictures with them, like what you said. My manager would just he was a fly on the wall and just take stuff and, all right, cool, whatever. But I learned not to do that, because one thing about artists that have made it, they want normality from someone. They don't want somebody like, oh my God, you're this. Right. Oh my God, you're that. And that is one thing that a lot of artists today have never learned. They get groupied out when they see an artist and they meet an artist, and that's not what the artist wants. They want to feel comfortable with
you. And you know, the good thing that turned out about that Tyrese taught me, was a real lesson from Tyrese.
Yes.
That really benefited me. We did a sold out show at the House of Blues in downtown Disney with Snoop. And I fucking rocked the shit out of it, right? And something inside me said, yo, because I would open up shows for Snoop. And I said out loud, like, let Snoop know this is how you open up a show. And everybody's like, right? So then my manager at the time calls me. He's like, yo, Snoop wants to talk to you in the back. I'm like, why y'all keep fucking up, man? Like, you know?
Right.
So I go back over there, and it was probably the most surreal moment in my life where I understood that I am who I am, you know? I went up to him, and I shook his hand, and I went to his ear. I said, yo, thank you for having me open up your shows. He's like, nah, man, you did this. He's like, you killed that. And then he goes, let me get a picture with you. And I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me,
Yeah.
I was just like, so he hands his phone to my manager at the time, which is his manager too. Me and Snoop had the same manager at the time. And I was like, holy shit. This is what you get for not asking for pictures.
This is
Motherfuckers
what
ask
you
for
get.
a picture for you. You know what I'm saying? When you do what the fuck you're supposed to do and what you're supposed to do there. And it's been, I've had so many cool ass moments with Snoop. Like one time we were at Dre's in Las Vegas. And just, you know, it's me, Snoop, bodyguards, security. And there's this girl with 2 girls that come by with her huge asses. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, oh my God. And as I'm leaning over, Snoop locks eyes with me. He's like, you know, it's just like, cool ass. You know, I almost got into it with his security guard one time, and he told him just to chill, back off. Like he was. There's so many artists that are just so genuinely dope. You know what I'm saying? That I can, you know, I would love to know what it's like to sit in the studio with Dre, man. That shit's fucking incredible. You know? No,
bro. You know what? And again, I learned a lot from him and his professionalism. Even though he was a young guy, he was in his 20s. But keep in mind, I wasn't a Dre NWA fan. I was a Dre Wrecking Crew fan. So I didn't know who the other guys were just yet.
No shit.
You know, so when people say you're always bragging, I didn't know who they were, bro. You know, so
did you happen to be in the studio with Eazy-E at some point? Shut the fuck up.
Bro, I'm one of the few probably Mexicans to say that Eazy-E came to his house on several occasions. Here in my city, here in my neighborhood, bro. So Cube, Dre, Yella came to my neighborhood. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, but with all due respect to Steve, because my ex-manager, who rest in peace, he's the one that made that happen.
Hell yeah.
So I always like to give him the credit because his name is behind all of that. But I want to teach... I want to drop a gem since you brought this up to a lot of artists that, and believe me, I don't want to try to come off sounding bitter, or you can correct me if I say this wrong. A lot of artists that have made it or who are known don't want to get their ass kissed by another rapper who's up and coming. Just be you, be dope. Let me explain. Sugar Free was headlining at a show maybe like 5 years ago. I got invited. I went, you know, I had already met Sugar Free through Quicks and all these guys, okay? So I went to just to support. The artist that opened up for him, he was up and coming. I thought he was pretty good too. But in between every chorus, or on the chorus or in between songs, y'all want to see Sugar Free? Throughout his whole fucking 20-minute show.
No.
Yeah, y'all already, for Sugar Free, make some noise.
The crowd out.
Yeah, bro, and I'm like, so Sugar Free came out of the dressing room and waited by the stage and said, I'm gonna wait for that motherfucker. And I look at him and he looked mad. And when he came out, he goes, come here, man, I'm gonna talk to you, man. He goes, you don't need to say my name, motherfucker. Go out there and rock it. You can rap, okay? They're gonna see me regardless.
No shit.
Yeah, and that guy goes, hey, man, I'm sorry. He goes, no, you ain't gotta say you're sorry, man. He goes, I appreciate you. He goes, it's all love, but do you, homie.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta keep saying, y'all ready for Sugar Free? Motherfuckers, it's plaque. They're ready.
Yeah.
You know? Now, I think that helped that artist because Sugar Free actually came out. He hadn't even met Sugar Free. I hope he took that as a lesson that, like, a lot of artists don't want to get their ass kissed. Of course, you respect them.
Yeah.
You know, you give them their place and everything, and they'll respect you back too because you yourself are an artist. Okay? Now, I met these artists that are assholes too, that have already made it. And the up-and-coming artists go up to the guy that's headlining, and then they tell him like this, hey, man, we're going to go out there, and we're going to warm up the crowd for you. Hopefully we do a good job. That's what he said. And this artist said, I don't need you to do shit for me, homie. They're going to be hyped up for me regardless.
Yeah, straight up.
Okay. For an up-and-coming artist, I would not have done that because that was their first impression of that artist.
Yeah.
And now that artist that I just mentioned, I won't say his name, is nowhere to be found.
No shit.
Yeah, he's nowhere to be found. And this artist is now making noise. So I see the way it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you got this schooling from these guys, even if it was just over a few moments.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's cool. It's like I did a show with Sig Jack at one time and at the somewhere in Orange County.
Okay.
And Too Short was performing with us. And I remember Too Short was coming out, and I was like, "Yo, Short, come take a flick right here with me and Jack." And he was just like, and I thought he was just gonna bounce.
Right.
Out of nowhere, we started chopping up. Jack's just like, "That fool took off, huh?" Boom, out of nowhere, short pops out. What's up? Boom. I'm like, oh shit. Like, boom. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I mean, some of them you would think sometimes they're not even trying to be assholes. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're just going about their motherfucking day, and then they gotta, but the good thing is I'm just trying to be like when people come up to me and I like, I want to school people. I want to, be like, nah, man, it's all love. Like, I feel like I've put so many people in places to win, you know what I'm saying? And they have grown, like CNG is an artist that I work with, you know what I mean? Super cool cat. Gets a lot of hate. I seen the kid grow up. I met him at the YouTube headquarters. They invited us in. I was in there with another artist named Crook One, I think. And CNG came up to me. He's just like, yeah, man, I fuck with you. Let's take a picture. Boom, boom, boom. We ended up making a song. Got like 8 million views. Boom, boom, boom. I've seen this kid grow heavily. You know what I'm saying? And there's another girl named Daisy Lynn. So where I was going with CNG, I put him at the Fox Theater before anyone did. Before anyone put him in the stage. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Daisy Lynn. I put them on stages. I just love seeing people prosper.
Absolutely.
I don't ever be like, oh, I deserve this. I do this. Of course, us ourselves would be like, we would expect something back, but that's not,
Right. You didn't do it for that reason.
Nah, fuck no. The fact that they're winning like that, and I seen it and I heard it before it was there, it's just like, hell yeah. Like, I even think like once I get to an age, I will pick up some artists. I do feel like I got a year to bring in and put out a certain type of label with a certain type of group of people who have a certain type of state of mind. You know what I mean? Like what's that? Like the X-Men of like of real hip hop artists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of ego that happened during my time in this industry where I seen artists who could have fucking gone way farther, and they're just stuck here now. You could have fucking 350,000 followers and be home alone and not sell no merch and not be doing shit. Motherfuckers don't know this. I know the ins. I know the fools with the quarter mills, with the 350 who ain't making more than $10,000 a month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm over here like, what's real success? You know what I'm saying? The numbers you're putting out, the likes that you're getting, how much are you really making?
What is success today?
Right.
Yeah.
To me is having a roof over your head, your kids want to be like you, and the people who love you respect you.
Absolutely.
That's, to me, if I could come home to that, I don't need shit else. You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand, fans are, I love all my fans, you know what I mean? But I've seen fans be fans to other of my homies, like Pelon. From 503. He's from El Salvador. I seen the motherfucker sign babies.
Sign babies?
Sign babies.
Damn.
But motherfuckers don't know him. You know what I'm saying? He's from El Salvador. Popping. I'm talking about a lady brought the baby. He signed the baby in the head. She took the baby.
Damn.
I'm over here, bro, you're signing babies? You know what I'm saying? He's probably got 100,000 followers signing babies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People buying his merch left and right. The man brought me out to, where was it? There's a big fucking fan base of El Salvador in kind of towards Washington. And it was a Salvadorian festival. And we fucking killed it. And I'm just like, man, bro, there's probably like 100,000 people there.
Wow.
Crazy. Got me on stage, we performed. And I didn't have a song for him. He goes, necesito que escribas una canción ahorita, me dice. Porque te voy a llevar ahí arriba y quiero que te la recuerdes. I was like, are you fucking serious? And I did it. I did it because it was a necessity. I wrote it and I remembered it. And we killed it. Yeah.
Wow. I really enjoy these type of interviews, bro, because we really get to dig and find out a lot about the artists that possibly, again, a lot of people may not have heard about you. Right. You know what I'm saying? But, this is not your first rodeo.
Nah.
So
we're the bulls.
Yes. So now let's take us back just a little bit back to possibly your very first show. You were with the group, you said?
Nah, it was me by myself, and I did it with Kendrick Lamar in downtown Pomona.
Okay, now how could that be your first show with a Kendrick Lamar? Please walk us through it.
Maybe because I can't recall a lot of other shows prior. I'm sure I had a lot of shows, but that was my first. I was at Carnaval. I was on stage with with Kendrick Lamar. I was on stage with the real Freeway Ricky Ross. It's online. You can see that shit. But
now, is it because, I'm going to ask you this, is it because you can spit or because you had connections or both?
That had nothing to do with connections. I had because they just booked me. And they were like, you got to do a show with Kendrick Lamar, bro. It's just crazy.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
But, I ended up, I fucked up on some people, man. There's so many good people that, there's an amazing tattoo artist named A.B. Alvarez. He has an amazing family.
I like his last name.
He's good people, bro. And I've been apologizing to this man for years, bro. But, he tatted this up on me. Clean work. And fair price. And he was just like, look, bro, like, I want to be your tattoo artist. And I just want to be the only fool who tattoo up, like, from now on. Because you're sick, bro. Like, and, you know, a lot of people die for this city. And I love this city, you know, and you know, and it was one of the few people that I fucked up on in this industry, bro, where I had a show with Kendrick Lamar. We had just finished doing this thing, and I was like, yo, I need you and your wife there. He's like, I'm there. I'm going to have the babies babysitted and everything, you know? And I was so busy that day. It was so packed. There was so much shit going on.
A lot of
shit
have my
goes
phone.
on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I could have swore that I had him on the list to just walk in. But I guess he blew up my phone. He didn't even get to get in. And he was still a good person after that with me. He still, you know, was like, fool, I fuck with you, but, you know, I'm not going to tattoo you no more. You know, and it's just like, there's so many things that, you know, that are out of your hands, you know, where I was just like, fuck, these are the small things that you really, you know, when you got a lot of things going on, it's important to write down notes. It's important to be like, oh, don't forget to text this person. Don't forget to do this. Don't forget to that. And even when you have an assistant, that doesn't help because there's other 30 things that you didn't mention to that person. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't want to play the blame game. And that's what I've matured into too, you know, making sure that the people that go out of their way for me, that I go out of my way for them.
You have to.
You know, because I didn't do that in the beginning and I lost good people for not doing that. You know, alcohol, drugs, you know, being on one while you're supposed to be the one is not the thing to do. There's a lot of things that I've grown to see where I was just like, man, if I probably didn't do half the shit I did when I was fucked up, I probably would have already taken off more than I've already wanted to. You know what I mean? And I've grown to do that. Too. And you know, you see people's success could come at any motherfucking time. Right?
Anytime.
So I tell myself, 31 isn't old to me. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z said 30 is the new 20. So to me, I'm 21, right? And in hip hop years, we're still, you know, more far back. And when you put talent to it, you add more fucking less age. So you look at Eminem, motherfuckers don't know how old he is and they don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit.
You know? And look at Snoop. Nobody gives a shit about how old
Nobody
Snoop
cares.
is. Nobody gives a shit.
The most
Snoop, make
popular
another song.
rapper in the world.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get my talent, my wisdom, and my work ethic into a place where it's respected by every single age group and raza and whatever it is. You know what I mean? People hear rumors. People think they know you, you know? And then I can't tell you how many people I have conversations with like this and like, man, I had no idea you were this man. You know what I mean? Because you got the birds and the bees over here fucking blah, 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 boom, boom, boom. And you got a dislike for somebody you don't know half. You hearing bullshit. You know, God wouldn't bless me the way he blesses me if I was a piece of shit. I always like to say that. And I like to say that life is the biggest snitch in the world. Good things happen to good people. And that's just the way it goes. And bad things happen to bad. Not saying that bad things don't happen to good people either. Of
course.
But there's a reason why that happens for a good outcome. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you sow whatever you shall reap. And
Right.
if you reap. If you sow something good, you're going to reap something
Exactly.
good. That's it.
Exactly.
So a lot of these people that cry and wonder why this shit is happening many times, not all the time, and I want to be clear, not all the time, it's because you sowed some bad seed somewhere.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
it happens, man. It happens. Sometimes you don't even try to, you know? Sometimes you rub the wrong shoulder and you shouldn't rub that wrong shoulder, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You live and you grow. I always like to look at myself as like, look, cocaine never runs out of style. You know what I mean? It doesn't. And I like to consider myself that, you know? A lot of people may not admit that they do cocaine, but when the shit comes around, they hit that shit. And I like to compare myself to that because as soon as I come around, I'm like, bang that shit. But you're not going to see him like, I do cocaine. No, I don't listen to Legend all the time, but when it's there, I'm going to hit that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how I like to kind of, the reason why I don't even fuck with the industry that much right now is because it's shady. You know, I have
Very
people
shady.
right now making money off my music right now. There's an album that I don't promote at all that has hits because the money doesn't come to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to mention the album that it is because then people are going to go listen to it right now.
Right.
Until that project gets returned to me, that's when I'll start promoting it again. You know what I mean? And I put my heart and soul. I fired a whole group that was hired under a Snoop campaign because I didn't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to become stubborn. You got to understand who you are at some point in time and what you deserve and the respect that people need to give around you. And I've grown to understand who I am. I've grown that my disconnection on this industry is because I'd rather become more independent. However, how so I do it, you know what I mean? I've done it already. I've gotten the fan base because I go rap in front of the Staples Center or whatever, the Crypto Center, or I'll go post at a boardwalk and go rap, or I'll go in the middle of Las Vegas and like, it just has, you know, however it is, the talent's going to come out. You can't put me in a box. I'll go pretend like I'm some fucking fool rapping for money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As long as people are hearing the art and they get that emotion, I'm putting my purpose here.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I understand why I'm alive, and that's a very important concept to have.
Yes, yes. Wow. Okay, let's talk about the releasing of your first project. When did that? For those that may not know, walk us through. When did your first? Was it let us know. Was it a single, EP, or an album?
It was a mixtape.
Okay.
It was a mixtape.
Do you remember around what year? If you can guesstimate.
2005.
Okay.
2005. And it was an album that I did with a guy named D-Berg. Me and D-Berg met through my boy John, my cousin Johnny. My cousin Johnny used to sell him weed, and D-Berg used to be the connect and the producer. He was a very wealthy guy, and he ended up blowing up with me, man. He ended up recording J. Cole, Rick Ross, ended up having one of the most exclusive studios in Burbank, and we had a fallout too. You know what I mean? There's so many artists that we've been, I don't know if you know who Adrian Swish is, or like AD. I
heard of him. Yeah.
So things happen with them, and then just the industry's wow. There's so many things that are behind the music that it's just like a little high school type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Is, bro.
It's crazy, and I'm not into that. I'm into spending time with my kids and writing hits and fucking cleaning my house and working on my truck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I was raised by a man, like a man.
Yes.
So for me to just sit there and write music, I'm not saying that people who sit down and do music for their whole time, like, fuck it. Fucking making millions, do it. You're Drake, do it. You know what I'm saying? But I was raised by someone like, fool, you can fix your own car, paint your own house, cut your own yard, do what the fuck you gotta do. You know what I mean? And I love that about myself. I love teaching my sons that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I love teaching him, get your hands dirty. I love teaching my son how to make money. He's 4. He's like, Dad, when are we gonna make money again? I put him on the side with a sign, like, my son's first business, and we're selling M&Ms. You know what I'm saying? And I'm raising men and a queen, princess. You know what I mean? I just like other artists are, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like the way that my parents catered to me becoming this man, because I didn't have an easy life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like I have a big responsibility to not just be an artist, you know what I'm saying? But to be the person who takes over my mechanic shop, to be the owner of my trucking company, to be like, I had a conversation with an artist, and I'm not even going to tell you, you know what I mean? And they told me, they said these exact words to me. They said, you fucked up your fate. And I was like, how'd I fuck up my fate? He's like, yeah, bro, like you should be on tour right now. You shouldn't be in a truck. And I said, hey, bro, let me tell you something. My life isn't your life. And if I want to leave my kids more than just music, if I want to leave them businesses, that's more than enough for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Than just leaving music. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my kids to live off royalties. I want them to be owners. I want them to be bosses. I have I have to teach them this. You know what I'm saying? These kids I don't want my kids to grow up to be losers or people who don't have any heart or don't believe in God or don't understand money. You know what I'm saying? And I've accepted the fact that I had kids early. And I had to pick them, and I didn't always all the time, you know what I mean? But the best decision now is that I did do that,
Yeah.
So now that my business is succeeding and my business is doing business by itself, now I see myself, putting out these videos where I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna fuck the game up now again. That's why you see these posts,
right?
And it's like, you could call it a comeback, or you could say, a lot of people are like, oh, he's back, or like he's back, like boom, 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 like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
you just took a break raising your family. I did the same thing. I was gone for 15 years.
Yeah.
And I don't regret investing in my family, because I'm going to tell you what, I've DJed for a lot of rappers that they have no relationship with their kids.
Right.
Absolutely none. As a matter of fact, I've known some of these rappers that have quote unquote made it, and their kids can't even stand them.
Yeah, look at 50 Cent and his son. I'm not talking shit, 50. I'm just saying, you got beef with your sons, It's just, it's like that, bro. I know people who don't get along with their kids.
A lot of them, they love the industry. Well, they like the money. They like what they're doing. But in my opinion, your first ministry is your family.
Yeah.
That's it. You lose them, bro, you lost everything. All that money, you look. Money can buy you a house, but it can't buy you a home. Money can buy you a bed, but it can't buy you rest or sleep.
Yeah.
It definitely ain't gonna buy your kids. It'll buy you new homies.
Right. And then there's this story that I heard, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there's this story about God comes down, and he has these 3 people, right? These 3 men, and these 3 men, he gives them different gifts, right? So with this guy, he gives this guy 5 gifts, right? And he says, when I come back, I want to see what you do with that, right? He's like, all right, cool, God, good looking out. Then the guy in the middle, he's like, I'm gonna give you 3 gifts, and let me see what you do with that. He's like, all right, cool, God, And then he goes to the third guy. He's like, I'm gonna give you 1, and I'm gonna see what you do with that. Boom, right? So then God comes back, asks the guy with the 5 gifts, what'd you do with the gifts that I gave you? Well, I learned how to do other gifts, and I got more gifts. Oh, okay, perfect. That's exactly what you're supposed to do with your gifts. You're not supposed to just stick to one gift. You're supposed to come back after I give you this gift with others. So then he goes to the guy with the 3 gifts. What'd you do with your gifts? Oh, I turned them to 9 gifts. Perfect. That's what you're supposed to do. Then he went to the one with the 1 gift. He asked him, what'd you do with your gift? So, well, I put it away and I hid it. So nobody can, fuck with the gift. Fucking give me your gift, bro. You're over here fucking wasting gifts, bro.
Yeah.
Why would I just stick to one of my gifts, bro? If I could fix cars, if I could write songs, if I could do a show, if I could direct my music videos, do casting, I do everything in this shit. You know what I mean? I even started this trucking company to invest in myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To become financially free, because back in the day, what did I have to do when I needed a music video? I got to go talk to my manager. Oh, what's up? This is what we need on the budget. And then, you're building debt for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I was tired of looking at another man to do something for me. You know what I'm saying? So doing these other businesses, I fund myself. I do the casting. Ask everyone. Anyone that you see in any of my music videos, they get paid in hand by me. They get called by me. I tell them what time they're getting dressed, where they're going to get their food, when they're going to show up. I call the catering. I call the raspados. I call the director. I write the script. People don't know I do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no team. You know what I'm saying? If someone doesn't show up, I couldn't make it, boom, we call 2 more girls. Boom, where we at on, how much have we wasted on this video? We're at 2,500. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to get that far. You know what I mean? And it's not a big budget, but in reality, as an independent artist with no backing, are you really trying to spend 2,500 on a music video that you don't know if it's going to take off or not? You know what I'm saying?
Well, today people just do it on their phone.
Exactly. That's exactly why I got this 14.
There you go.
With the gimbal.
With the gimbal. All good, man.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk music. As far as production, do you produce yourself? Do you only work with? Are you open to work with anyone? Do you have a particular sound? Let's talk a little bit about your production coming up. Who were your producers?
Well, D-Berg was one of my first producers, and he's the one that I have most of the songs with on that first album. I think it's called Pomona's Legend or something. It's on Pandora. I don't think it's anywhere on besides Pandora. And that's the first project that I released as, I guess we're putting out music, you know what I'm saying? But I'm to me, I feel like when I meet producers and you have a genuine connection, like the music is created in a whole different manner. You know what I'm saying? They'll end up telling you, man, I haven't even made a beat like this in a long ass time. You know what I'm saying? So the creative process of the engineers I work with, man, like for example, shout out to my boy Excel. Excel made the life. Excel is a super talented, he owns a business for doors. Like, that's another person, you know what I'm saying? Crazy talented, Sick Jack, and fucking loves them. He's,
When you say Excel,
his name's Excel, yeah.
Okay, not Chino Excel, right?
No. This is just Excel,
okay.
The producer. Produced by Excel is his producer name. And I work with Seven. Seven is a producer that I work with. He's amazing tracks. My boy Abba Zaba.
When you say Seven, you're talking about Seven from here to the city of Torrance?
No, I'm talking about
but I know them all, so that's why I'm trying to.
Right.
Okay.
And then, my boy Abba Zaba. Abba Zaba is, he's one of the greatest producers in LA, super talented, literally too talented. Like, he produces, he writes, he plays a guitar, he could play any instrument for you. And I just been blessed as I was growing up to not have to pay for beats.
Really?
Yeah, I till this day, with the grace of God, I don't pay for beats. You know what I mean? And obviously, we pay each other off of royalties. I'm not just fucking taking beats and my piece, you know what I'm saying? Or like, I try to take them to shows or however we could do it, but I don't pay for beats. And, when I do pay for beats, it's because I hear something and I fucking love it and I want it at that very moment. Like, shout out to Stan the Man. Stan the Man is someone that I recently started working with. I hear his, there's 4 songs I have with him and I haven't put them out, but I heard them, I loved it, I recorded it and I was like, you know what I'm saying? But I just been very, very blessed and fortunate enough to just have producers to just bombard me with beats. Like, bro, just get on it, please. I just want your shit on there. I even had a driver that I hired, and I'm in the back and he's driving and he's just like, hey, bro, I didn't want to tell you this, but like I'm a fan. Shout out to my boy Lopro. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, bro, like I don't just truck drive, bro. I've been listening to your music for like a long ass time, and I listen to a lot of Cali artists and boom, boom, boom. And I was just wondering if like you could get on one of my beats. I was like, fool, you make beats? And he's like, yeah, bro. He's like, and he starts playing it in the truck. Long story short, his track's about to be on this new album we're putting out. That's called Todo con Dios.
Okay, and do you do stuff in Spanish as well?
Yeah, for sure. I got a song called Préstame tu cuerpo. I got a song called
Préstame tu cuerpo.
Yeah, that song was pretty dope, man. I showed up to my shop one day. I opened up my mechanic shop. I smoked a fat ass blunt. I just had that beat playing, and I was just like, man.
He laughed when you said he's a big time marijuana.
I wrote that song in the office. I wrote it in the office, and then I posted it when I wrote it, and people were like, yo, that's just crazy. And then we ended up doing a big shoot for it. I had a whole band, whole crowd. The casting for it was crazy. Spanish is something that I definitely, this might be my last English album, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. Just because there's so much money in the Latin world
yes,
right now.
Yes.
I'm stupid if I don't just sit in there and, get my little Mark Anthony on, you know what I mean? And I'm just trying to expand. Like I said, I could touch any bases, and I've gotten tour offers in El Salvador, all South America, and I can't go because I'm a felon and I can't leave the country. And
but you know what? Okay, I never been to the pen. I don't have no felonies, so I need to ask this: how long does that last? That you cannot leave the country, bro?
10 years.
Wow.
I'm on my 9th year.
Sure, you get ready to graduate. Yeah. Hell yeah.
And then hopefully, as the momentum comes on, boom, more music comes out, boom, we'll go straight to touring.
Fuck. Okay, so that song was Préstame tu cuerpo? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, Trago. Trago was the one that got me that tour. Trago was a dembow song that I did, that I just found some dembow beat. I was in a studio with Low Pro, Zaba, Daisy Lynn, and I was like, yo, I got this Spanish song that I want to do. And I started recording it, and everybody's like...
That's the one? Do you mind spitting a verse?
Like that one?
Yeah,
or just any one?
Whatever Spanish one you want.
Oh, a Spanish one.
Okay, well, whatever, because you said it's going to be your last English one. You're going to try to tackle the Spanish market.
Yeah.
Well, okay, before you decide whatever song you want to do, is it because me not being a rapper, I'm a DJ producer, okay? Mm-hmm. Is it hard? Which comes easier for you?
Hip hop.
Okay.
I feel like Spanish is a lot of coordination, like ella ya sabe. You got to learn how to stop. Que yo estoy loco, no le gusta que me calme.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and with rap, it's just kind of like, and it's just like more simpler. I feel like Spanish music takes a lot more creativity. It takes a lot more. Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah.
I'm glad you're saying that.
Yeah, it definitely does. I feel like hip hop is... Your high homie, like, oh, I'm gonna spit some shit right now. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nobody saying like, I'm about to coordinate a Spanish hit right now.
Right.
Start the drums and the guitar. It doesn't work that way.
See my homeboy right here, Alex. He'll take a hit of the bong, and then he'll read me his lyrics. He'll start over about 3 times. Hold on, I'm gonna get it right. Hold on, and I'm right here like, yeah, por favor, güey. Yeah, but he raps too. Presents and tamales.
That's right. Let's try have you tried Salvadorian tamales? This is where it's at.
I have not tried them.
They're phenomenal.
Really?
Have you tried the ones they make in there, like with the chips? Like they make the chips.
I haven't tried that.
There's this guy I met.
Shoot the Addy.
He used to make them out of like chips, like mashed chips.
What? I don't think that's tamales no more.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't know. He figured it out. Yeah, and they had banana leaves outside. So
yeah, but is that like Salvadorian? Is that in the pin Salvadorian style?
That's definitely fucking...
Okay.
Yeah, he was from...
All good.
Yeah.
All right. So whatever you want to spit, give us a 16 bar.
Man, I got this... I'm gonna do some chill that I just want people to hear lyrics, because I feel like I kind of be rapping fast, and I just want people to really like. I got this on this new album. It goes, sitting here thinking about life, like where you find happiness and where you find limelight. See, you could be at home with a nagging wife, or you could roam the streets with a freak who don't never like to cook or clean. Life is what you make it. What is your perspective? You complain about a job or borrow money like slobs. See, life is full of choices. Loud and mellow voices. You can learn to value everything, or everything is pointless. Force nothing. Great things take time. Search and you may find, just don't waste time scrolling. This life's golden. On cloudy days, love the rain, love the pain. Learn to tame what you picture in your frame. Careful what you entertain. If you live in the fast life, then get out the middle lane. If you dealing for real G, get rid of the middleman. You fight with your baby moms or try out the civil ways. Question. And then the chorus is like, would you rather lose your soul or control of yourself? We gonna find out. And then, man, fuck it. New car or bucket. You depressed in the Benz or smiling big in the Ford Focus. You living a sober life for taking them dope tokens. You ever been cheated on or cheated and leaded on and knew that you hurt him but still went and proceeded on? You believe in the devil because it's the shit that he feeding off? You believe in eternal life? I believe that I seen it all. So many souls in the world that I'm hoping I feed them all. Experience fake love. I couldn't sleep at all. I live with insomnia. How can I sleep it off? Late nights, deep thoughts, crossroads, recross. My life's fucked me. Ride me, yeehaw, then this test me, bless me. Reasons, these be God's words. I just read off. Hype worth. I love real life. Rap shit's light work. I'm worth everything. Breathe in, let them sing. Some shit like that.
No, let's give him a hand clap. Let's give him a hand clap. Yeah, everybody fucking put fires. So, there's no mystery. This man can spit. So, once again, his Instagram is up on the screen. Make sure you guys follow him if you guys want to. No, are you willing to collaborate with anybody?
You know what? It just depends. As long as it's a genuine connection, you know what I'm saying, and the talent is there, obviously, you know what I mean? I'm not one who's like, I got 20,000, let's get on the track, you know? You don't want to dilute it. You know, you want to bring, I'd rather do a free feature than a paid one that I don't fuck with, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. That'll work. Now, as far as producers, are you willing and open to? So let's just say somebody heard you right now and goes, man, I got a fucking dope ass beat.
Oh, yeah, send them. Send them to legendarymanagement2012@gmail.com. Send the beats over.
Okay.
And if I fuck with it, I email you back and I tell you, hey, look, let's do this. You know, this is the idea. How do you feel about it? You like it or not? And then we go from there.
Okay. Now, walk us through the Sick Jackin' story of him changing your name, or at least encourage you to change your name?
Yeah, fucking Jack. I gotta love that motherfucker. So we're at the bar and he's like, charming mind, bro. He's like, we gotta get rid of the charm. Charm the legend, you know?
Charm the legend.
We gotta get rid of that. And he was just like, what about Bone Thugs and Charmony? And I'm like, motherfucker. And he just had all these funny ass names. I mean, that shit had me dying. But he was like, no, we should just do legend, bro.
So
like,
Charm the legend. You know what it kind of sounds like? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Like a gay tough guy.
That's exactly what he would tell me. He's like, bro, we're psycho realm, bro. You want to be Charmed the legend? Like, nah, bro, we got to take it off. And that was before we even released the life. That was solidified before we even dropped it. He was like, we can't be Charmed the legend featuring Sick Jackin', you know?
So then you just dropped the Charm thing.
Right.
Okay. And is there, for the people that may not know, is there any tracks out there with you guys together?
Who? Me?
And Sick Jackin'?
Oh, for sure. So me and Sick Jackin' got a song called The Life. Obviously, a lot of people love that song. But we also have a song called Girls.
Girls and then The Life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You could go listen to Girls by me and Sick Jackin' on my Spotify right now. It's on, I can't remember what album. You're going to have to listen to all of them till you find them.
Anything on YouTube that we can?
Yeah. You could definitely go on YouTube. Watch my music videos, look up That's Legend. You could Google That's Legend. I also have like a short film that I did on Hulu. Shout out to my boy Naeeb. What else? Yeah, we got a book coming out pretty soon. It's called Lessons of a Single Taken Parent. And it's basically like, you know.
Yeah, walk us through it, please. Take your time.
It's a book about.
What inspired that other than your life? Did somebody tell you, bro, your life is dope, you need to write about it?
I just when I was living through life, I didn't have nobody to help me write court papers or figure out decisions with my family, or tell me, hey, you know, maybe have you ever thought about that? Like, if you leave your family, you might end up in a worse position than with the family you're with. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that, you know, or you don't know what it's like to see your kid call another dad. You know what I'm saying?
No, you don't want to do that.
These are things that you got to think about while you're, you know, so this book is basically, if you're a teenager turning into a dad, this is how you do it. If you're mid-age and being a dad, this is how you do it. If you're older, you know, and it's just like it's actually about being a parent, you know what I'm saying? And the lessons of becoming sober, letting go of the old you, how to fill up paperwork at court, you know, what to be worried about, what to do, what not to do. It's a self-help book for parents.
I'm glad you're taking the time and sharing this and writing this, because we live in a time and day where man's masculinity is being taken away, bro.
Right.
You know, they're turning men into women.
Right.
And many men by choice want to do that. And, you know, you said earlier, I was raised by a man. My father, I was raised by a man. I'm a man raising my children. Mm-hmm. And one of my questions earlier to you, which I didn't ask, was, is there any men left? Because, and I know there is. Right. I know there is. But what they're promoting, it's less of a man, if you will.
Right.
You know, and I'm glad you're taking the time to address and share this possibly with the next generation.
Yeah.
Of like, look, this was my life. This was what I did. I possibly didn't have anybody, but you're not alone. Somebody else has gone through this before you, and you can learn from this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
bro, when that book comes out, come back and we'll promote it here.
I would love that.
Honestly, I would buy some books and hand them out to certain people, bro.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
Honestly, because I always tell people, if you're watching something, listening to something, and if you're not being blessed, if you're not growing, if you're not gaining anything, don't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, people get mad that I say that. You know why? Oh, you must be talking about me. Why in the fuck would I be talking about you?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't know.
It's important to disconnect. You know what I mean? I think isolation is does wonders. You know, isolation, fasting, and reading and educating yourself. You know, I study stocks. I study I just read books that millionaires write. Think and Grow Rich. You know what I mean? And Napoleon Hill. There's just manifestation is real. Like all the things that's happened in my life, I already knew they were going to happen. All the bad things that I worried about happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just so connected and in tune because of isolation, because of mistakes, because of falling down, because I did get too drunk that one time, because I believe that if I can have people not trip and fall like I did, and they can just walk a little few more. Obviously, you're always going to trip and fall, but if I can, you got everything has to be godly here. Like what we're doing here, everything should be godly. So that's why this album I have coming out is called Todo con Dios. It has nothing to do with God, but I always like to like people like to project their little symbols like the satanic shit and blah blah. I'm the other side of the gang. I'm over here trying to boast. Everything should be positive. Everything should be, you know what I'm saying? Like I still have shit that I'm embarrassed of, that I was immature and didn't grasp onto, that I delivered as a message into the world. You know what I mean? And
right.
As I grow, I'm just kind of like, man, like what can I do to fix it? And I feel me writing this book, it's something for, humans, man. Like it's something for people to avoid pain, Yeah.
Yeah. No, I guess through your struggles, you actually grew, you learned, and you benefited from it. And you're putting it together in this book for others to see your struggles, possibly your failures, but how you overcame that. And now if you were passing the baton of like, look at, now I'm sharing with you what I went through, but you can possibly avoid some of these,
right?
Some of these pitfalls,
right?
But we are going to go through something. I read a scripture many years ago that when people tell me, I'm a good guy, why does this happen to me? There was a scripture that made sense to me. It just made all the sense in the world. It says, it rains, and we talk about rain, la lluvia, that falls from the sky. It rains on the just and on the unjust. In other words, if I'm a good guy and I walk outside, guess what? I'm going to get wet by the rain.
Right.
If you're a bad man and you walk outside and you're my neighbor, guess what? Rain's gonna hit both of us, bro.
Right.
It rains on both of us. Mm-hmm. So problems do come with to everyone.
Right.
The thing is how you go through that trial.
Right.
Ultimately, because some people could say, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna wait, weather the storm, or I could weather the storm while I'm going forward still.
Right.
You know. For an example, the pandemic hit 2020. I knew guys that said, I ain't gonna do shit, I'm just gonna stay home and just let this pass. No, bro. That's where you shine.
Right.
For an example, you shine many times when you've, what is that word I'm looking for? When you have failed. I'll give you an example. Or when you're in a dark place in your life.
Right.
Perfect example. If I were to hold a big old, flare during the day, in the middle of the freeway, people will probably see it.
Right.
Because I'm holding it. But if I hold that at night when it's dark, everybody's going to see it.
Right.
That's when we as people should shine.
Right.
When we go through those pitfalls or we go through those dark times in our lives.
Right.
So
it's important to also have like an unstoppable state of mind. You got to understand and believe that the only way you're going to stop is if you stop. You know what I'm saying? I've lived in cars, bro. I've lived in homies' houses. You know what I'm saying? I've gone house to house with different women. You know what I'm saying? Still carrying a dream. Still saying I'm gonna be a good dad. Still like, you know, I could have been like, man, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I just love that shit about me, bro. Ain't nothing nobody could say or do to convince me that I'm not.
Where do you think that came from? If somebody would ask you, where did you get that fire, that passion, that drive?
Isolation, being alone, and every time I stepped out, I still was who I was. You know what I'm saying? And I just perfected me. I just fucking kept sharpening the fucking, you know, the knife. And then I feel like, I think, who was it? I think Jennifer Lopez said, men that are younger than like 30 are worthless. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I thought that was some really stupid shit to say. And then now that I'm fucking 30, I'm like, I don't think I really was much until I hit this state of mind. So I hit this state of man, you know? So this new project I'm coming out with, this new momentum that I'm doing, this new frequency that I'm living in, you know what I'm saying? I believe is going to prosper. Our state of mind isn't supposed to understand what happens after we create. That's not what our self-conscious is meant to do. That's why a lot of artists, if you guys are listening and you guys are living with this expectancy of like, oh, you're hoping it's going to do, our self-conscious doesn't understand that. How could it understand something that other people are supposed to do? You know what I mean? So we build anxiety, we build worry, we build uncertainty in ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing I can tell any artist listening to this, whether you're young or old or whatever, like when you create and you wanted to put it out, that's when you won. Prince said that. You know what I'm saying? Once you create it and you put it out, that's when it was a success. You know what I mean? I don't expect anything from anyone. I just loved, like, cuando Dios me llama llamar, what'd you do on earth? I fucking took care of my family. I fucking wrote music with the don you gave me, and then I made money with the other dons you gave me, and then I just loved my family. Fuck yeah.
Because you're going to have to give an account of yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you do with your time on earth? Oh, I've tried to write a book to make men better, and I try to help my family. I praise my mother and my father, even though they made mistakes, just like you said. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a religious person. I just understand that we're not just here waking up to just, you know, this is a big-ass waiting room to understand if you're going to understand what the fuck we're doing here.
Right.
You know?
You know, it's like, or I could stand before a creator and say, well, I mean, yeah, I knew what you gave me, but I was just chilling.
Yeah, I was fucking, you know, the homies kept pulling up. Yeah. And,
you know, the homie Vampy.
kept bringing out the bolsita and stuff. And, you know, I couldn't live there anymore.
I partied.
Man. Yeah. Lord knows we have too many nights that we can't remember that we wish we could, you know?
Oh, dude, there were times where I got drunk with the homies and I'd wake up like, okay, where's the car?
Yeah.
You know, how in the fuck did I get home?
I've woken up in houses where I don't know who the fuck anyone is, and everyone knew my name. What's up, legend? I'm like, who the fuck is that? I'm like looking around like, bro, whose house is this?
Yeah.
I'm calling the homie, his phone's dead. I'm like, hey, can I use the restroom? Like, yeah, bro. Why you being all weird? I'm like, because I don't know who the fuck any of you guys are. And then like a girl come by, like, hey. And I'm like,
God,
bro, I don't even know what the fuck you know?
No, that's a scary part because you're trying to put everything back together. And you're like, what the fuck happened last night?
Yo, you're showing me videos of me walking down the stairs with her, fucking falling and shit. Like this, that was her. I was like, oh my God, bro. You know, and it was cool. We were all 20s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Little by little, I'm just like, it's time to be that perfected me. It's time to be that sharp sword, you know?
So you said Todo Con Dios is the name?
Todo Con Dios is the name of this album.
Who's producing this?
My boy Seven is in it. My boy Stan the Man is in it. My boy Excel is in it. Shout out to B Major, by the way. I don't know if he's listening to this. B Major is also a very, very talented producer, a singer, who also, you know, is someone that I have on the album as a producer. And
any features?
No.
Okay. No. I need to ask you this, and then I'll tell you why. Why no features?
Because I already did everything I could with my features. You know what I'm saying? I got my sick jackins. I got my, you know, boom, boom, boom. I'm trying to just if this is gonna be my last English album, at least for a little bit, it's dope. This album is crazy, guys. I hope you guys are like, I don't know what you guys are getting out of this, or I hope you guys want to get a book. But out of anything, when you hear this album, it's a piece of fucking art.
And when can we expect this? 2023?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I see, and then that's the debates. I might drop a mixtape to finish off 2023, just with these new songs, like you know that song "Calm Down." It's like a calm down. I wrote it in Spanish. I have a Spanish shit. Watch when that shit comes out, you guys are gonna lose your fucking shit. But that's I just want to drop and I also remixed that "Fuck You Mean" by Ghana. So I'm like, man, I should just put all these, like, they're already done. I should just put them in a mixtape, put like 7 of them, have people, like, how many months are left in the year? Like 4?
No, September, October, November, December. 4.
Yeah, 4 months. So I'm like, they can vibe off that mixtape, off of whatever music is that we're vibing off to right now, start off the year fresh. You know what I'm saying? That could be a possibility. I keep changing my dates. It doesn't fucking matter. You can't rush art. You know what I mean? When you get it, you're going to love it.
Plus, if it's dope, it's dope, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when Dre dropped that Chronic album that you were saying your dad was playing, the album was already a year old. A lot of people didn't know that.
No shit.
Yeah, it took them a whole year to do that. So,
see, and a lot of music is not rare to pick up momentum years later. You know what I mean? J. Cole had a song that was like that. It was, that song where that girl's talking about her being pregnant, and she's, that song was fucking out a long ass time before it actually blew up.
I mean, even certain movies, when they drop, they'll come out like a year later.
Yeah. And
everybody just thinks, oh my God, like, in this movie you were bald. How do you have a full set of hair?
Yeah.
Guess what? It's been a fucking year and a half.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it took them about a year. See, people think, oh shit, Dre just did that. Let me do a song today, release it tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. It shouldn't work that way, but that's the way, rappers work today. So let me ask you the Chicano rap question. Are you a fan of Chicano rap?
I listen to Lil Rob. I listen to, some Conejo. Conejo's a homie, you know what I'm saying? Sig Jack. Well, I wouldn't consider Sig Jack in Chicano rap. That guy's just hip hop, I would call him. Who else is Mr. Shadow? I used to listen to Mr. Shadow a lot. Yeah. Mr. Shadow has some fucked up songs. I remember when I listened to him back in the day, he's talking about something about the Virgin Mary killing, blah, 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 blah. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, I do fuck with Chicano rap from time to time.
Okay. Now you
Some
a fan?
SPM.
Okay. Now let me ask you this: as far as East Coast rap, I already know the answer, but I have to ask you these questions. You a fan of East Coast rap?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, because there's a lot of Chicano rappers that like, I never fuck with East Coast rap.
I get so much East Coast love, man. I get, because of the delivery, you know what I'm saying? I was just at a Method Man and Redman show in Philadelphia like 6 months ago.
Okay. Top 5 East Coast rappers. It could be a group or it could be a solo.
Man, I'm cool with Raekwon and Raekwon is
As a matter of fact, Raekwon's DJ was just calling me right now when we're live.
No shit.
Yeah, that's my boy.
That's funny. Tell him that Raekwon knows me.
Oh, maybe I'll just call him back right now when we're live, bro.
Fuck it, why not?
Go ahead.
You got the whole Wu out there, man. So I'm just gonna include them as one person.
Yeah.
And I can't put them in numbers because they're all just great. Nas, incredible, a great East Coast artist.
Okay.
Jay-Z is an incredible East Coast artist.
Okay. So that's what, 3?
Jadakiss.
Okay, 4.
Jadakiss. And I used to. I'm not even gonna say used to. I'm still a fan, but he has fallen off a little bit. But Cassidy.
Okay, and matter of fact, he DJ for Cassidy too. Cameron, Raekwon, 50. He does that. This is 50 show.
Okay.
Out of New York. I forgot who else, but this guy is like one of these guys that like been around the world like 6 times.
No shit.
Yeah, he's like one of these guys. He's like, I'll show you all my passports. Whenever I go to New York, I stay with him. He stays in Harlem. He's the one that gave me the whole Harlem tour.
Hell yeah.
So I'm blessed to have this dude because this dude's a super, super cool ass dude.
I'm glad he's listening.
Absolutely. Now, top 5 West Coast.
Top 5 West Coast. Well, Snoop,
Okay.
Snoop's, one of the, E40.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with E40 a lot. West Coast, Ice Cube for sure.
For sure.
Come on. And who else is more West than
2 more? You gotta give me 2 more.
West? myself. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's very
Okay.
egotistical. No, I can't think of another, so there's Ice Cube, Snoop, West Coast.
You said E40.
E40. Man, Corrupt
Okay.
and Daz.
Okay. That'll work.
I went on tour with him too. That's fucking other dope ass fucking stories. Yeah.
All right. That'll work. Any Midwest?
Midwest. Like you talking about like Memphis and stuff?
Yeah. Just
Man, I fuck with Young Dolph, Key Glock, Young Jeezy. What's his name? The guy who made Lemonade, Gucci Man.
all right.
Yeah, man.
He's a big time Gucci Man fan.
I fuck with that whole. I literally like. I was just telling old boy over here. I was just like, he was like, what? Who's the guy you listen to like all the time? I'm like, right now. I was like, Dolph. He's like, why? I was like, bro, I don't know. The mind is a crazy thing, but when I get in that car, I just want to listen to 100 shots. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You had to choose one, Biggie or Tupac.
Well, I used to record with Tupac's engineer, so I'm gonna go with Tupac.
Okay. Tommy D. I don't know.
Tommy D.
Yeah, I work with Tommy D.
No shit.
Yes.
You know Tommy D?
I know Tommy D.
No shit.
He's the guy that got beat up by Tupac.
What? Tommy D fucked up Tupac?
No.
Tupac fucked up Tommy D?
Yes.
He didn't tell me that.
Of course, but he told me that.
What? Why did Tupac fuck him up?
I'm not going to say that loud.
Oh, that would be great on this podcast right now.
No, but I work with Tommy. It was like 1997. He mixed a couple of songs for me.
I worked with Tommy about 4 years ago, and we did a song with Edie Amin, which is from the Outlaws, and it's about police brutality. And I got in the studio, and Tommy was, he's like, oh, you about to get in there? You know, Tommy's very quiet, very white boy,
quiet, yeah.
fucking, to himself. But when I got out that booth, he changed. He's like, you like Tupac, bro. And he's like, you are. I did it in one take. I don't punch in. I don't do punch ins. And so, and then I was in there with Edie, and we're just kind of like, that's why we got him here, Yeah.
Yeah.
Good experiences, man. Tommy D, he was just showing me all the pictures with him and Pac and shit. I was like, damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So what did you do with Tommy D?
I produced a couple of songs, and I wanted him to mix because I got introduced to him by my manager at the time, Steve Yano.
Yeah.
The guy that introduced me to everybody. He goes, oh, this is the guy that mixed down, what was that? Keep the Heads Ringing. Remember? Ding, ding, dong.
Yeah.
And he was telling the story how they mixed it overnight. Dre had to turn it in to Q to put it into the Friday movie and everything.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I need you to engineer my shit. And he was like, okay.
He's an incredible engineer.
He is. When I first saw him, bro, I'm not going to lie to you. Much love if you watch this. I was like, this is not no damn
You'd be surprised,
engineer.
bro. All the white fools, and I
Yes.
mean this with all respect, in the engineering game,
Yeah.
monsters.
Yes.
What's the guy who produced Jay-Z shit?
You're talking about Rick Rubin? Yeah.
Another prime example. Kind of looks like Tommy
Yeah.
if they were in the clan together. No bullshit.
Yeah. The guy who mixed on all of my high C shit was a guy named, rest in peace, Brian B. Sly Foxworthy. Did a lot of shit for Beastie Boys.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he actually brought in, I'm trying to remember, I think his name's Mario. He did a lot of the keyboard shit for the Beastie Boys. So I worked with him too, but then I met Tommy through Steve, and then he became our engineer for like four or five tracks. So
That's dope.
I actually still have the 2-inch reels that he worked on those songs here, right in the next room.
I was probably in the studio, the same studio where you guys were at before. He's been there forever. Didn't he produce the whole Machiavelli or engineer the whole Machiavelli?
Yes, the whole Machiavelli, and it was on an SSL board.
He still has an SSL board.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now you know.
I was shitting bricks. I was like, bro, you engineered Machiavelli? He's like, yep, there's a plaque right there. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
I'm
dope
telling you,
time.
man, God's done put me through such a beautiful journey, man. And even being here with you, man, it's one of a good crossroad, man.
Thank you, my bro.
I respect man, crazy stories, bro. Crazy.
Okay, for an example, the Hughes brothers, the directors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're very first. They did the Book of Eli, Menace to Society, Dead Presidents, American Pimp. They did the Defiant Ones. They just did it Tupac's. I think it's on Hulu.
The movie with his mom.
The little documentary
Mm-hmm.
thing. Okay,
That shit looks incredible too.
the very first video that they ever directed was our video, Mine and High Seas. They did our first 2 videos.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got into movies. They told me the whole story of how Tupac came back and beat him up,
Oh, okay.
and how one of the brothers ran.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, and I feel fucked up because they're twins. You know, they're brothers, and I knew them very, very well. They were a couple of years younger than me when I first met them. They were only like 21 years old when they directed our first videos. And cool ass dudes, man. But when he told me that about Tupac, I was like, nah. I'll tell you off air what that phone call was like.
I would love to hear that.
I will never ever repeat this ever, bro. I don't care who. I don't care if Vlad or Adam 22 wants that story. You can interview him or them, but you're not going to interview me, and I'm not going to give that story because that's a confidential phone call. See, today motherfuckers will do that for views.
Yeah.
I don't throw people under the bus like that, bro.
Clickbait shit.
For clickbait and likes and all that shit. That's the difference between me and everybody else. I don't do that.
And it's always been like that. Even the radio shows back in the day, you know?
Yeah.
Like Eminem, you know, they want me to go on the radio shows to fight with them because their ratings stinks. You know, fuck that.
No,
you know?
I'm not going to do all that shit. Shit ain't worth it, bro. You know what? Because ultimately, if I run into this guy again and he sees me, he's going to know I might as well just say I snitched.
Yeah.
You know, because there are things that people have told me here that I'll take to the grave with me, bro.
That's right.
You know, that I don't talk like that.
Yeah.
So anyways, okay, so 2023, we're expecting that album most likely, or the mixtape.
Right.
On the album, obviously visuals as well.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, do you direct your visuals?
Yes. I screenplay them. I have them from second to second. Like right here, we're walking out of here. Right here, we're going in here. This is where the person walks in. And then, you know, we have a little meeting on what works, what doesn't work, what locations work, how much time we have at that location. If the lighting is fine, if the daytime is fine, indoor, blah, 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 all kinds of details. Yeah, but I definitely do all that.
That's dope, man. I'm gonna have to check out your visuals, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because
I love that I'm here off of just that one track, though.
No, that was it, bro.
That's what's up. I like that.
That was, you know. Now let me ask you this, and this is something I've never asked an artist.
Okay.
Does it offend you that before David Vegas connected us, that I've never heard of you?
Nah, man.
Okay, there's some people that have really taken offense to it. How could you not have heard of me? Well, for like 15 years, I just didn't listen to music, bro. I was done with the music industry. And if you came out during that time when I stopped listening to music, I'm not going to apologize to you, bro. You know, I just didn't hear you.
Right.
You know?
There's people on TV right now. I have no idea who the fuck they are.
Yeah, exactly. So, but David, once again, much love and respect to Concerts for You, David Vegas.
Yeah, Concerts for You, my boy David, one of the greatest stage managers, man.
We work with everybody.
Oh my God. It's an understatement to say that he's one of the top managers in this whole industry. That's an understatement. And it's an honor to work with him, man. You have no idea.
Absolutely.
He has been a blessing in my life, man. The man came out, I met him at, To Live and Die in LA. And, you know, we killed the set and came up to me in the back. He's like, yo, bro, like, we got to chop it up.
Was that the one last year or the year before?
The one that just passed right now.
Okay.
Like,
did I meet you there? Because I was upstairs podcasting. That was when it rained, remember?
So the thing was down here and you were up there?
Yes.
I didn't know. I didn't go up there.
Yeah, David was the one bringing me the artist, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he shows me pictures.
Hey, David stays busy, man. I try to bring him artists too. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yo, fuck with him, fuck with him, fuck with him. Sometimes he's like, I don't want to fuck with him. I wasn't fucking with him for a reason. I'm like, oh shit, my bad. You know?
No, he's worked with everybody, bro. One day he goes, I was watching your podcast and I heard you mention that Clint Eastwood's your favorite actor. And I said, yeah. He goes, look, who's this guy? And he took a picture of Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm like, I'm fucking jealous because that's one guy I haven't met yet.
You know what? That has everything to do with his persona, though. You
Yeah.
know, he's just like such an easy person to have around.
Absolutely, bro.
It's not like I'm sure they want to take a picture with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he
Yeah.
makes you feel like that. As soon as I get to my stage, he's like, okay, this is where we're going to be. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the
Very
this, here's
professional,
this, boom, boom,
bro.
boom. Do you need anything? I'm
Yes.
like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, and that guy's going to go way farther than he even has any clue.
No, absolutely, bro. He's very, very professional. Few people that I have met like him that work like him backstage. Usually dudes like, hey, motherfucker, you on?
Yeah.
You know?
Boom, boom. It's like, are you good? Do you need anything? You're on right here. You're going to come up over here. Boom, boom, boom. And like, even before this podcast, such a professional, you know, said, hey, I'm just calling to let you know, you're going to do this and this and that, this and this and that, this and this and that. Do you have any questions? Do you need anything? Is everything cool? Boom, boom. I'm like, God damn, bro, you have no idea.
You have no idea
how the
yes.
quality of professionalism that you're exposing on just your minimum time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's obvious why he's around all those
See,
people.
and that's how my ex-manager was. And that's why I used to love him so much. And he would tell me, hey, I need you to meet me here. We're going to take care of your taxes. I was like, okay, do I really have to be there? Yes, they're your taxes.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. Hey, I want you to come through. I need you to meet Young MC and Tone Loc today.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Tells me, saying, I need you to be at this event. You're not gonna do anything, but you need to be there. I love that shit. I was signed to Empire. The manager I had at the time, when we wouldn't get along, there would be Empire events, and I'm like, I should be there, and I'm calling them like, yo,
How come I'm
why
not
the
there?
fuck are we not the Empire event? Oh, I didn't know you wanted to go.
No,
The fuck are you talking about? You know?
I worked with a couple of artists that I told them, hey, bro, I got us some VIP tickets to the Mount Westmore.
Mm-hmm.
I want to introduce you to Cube, E40, and all these guys, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I can make it, bro.
Yeah.
What can you do, bro?
Yeah.
What can you do? So, anyways.
Concerts for you. Go follow him. Follow that man's story. Hey, David, I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you too, my bro. Okay, we're going to go ahead. Is there anything that I didn't ask you? Anything you want to promote? Anything you want to say?
No, I just want to repeat the book.
Go for it.
The book's coming out. It's almost done. I'm going to keep putting it out there. And the album is probably 80% done. But this mixtape is probably going to be released first. So the album is called Todo con Dios. I'm just keep putting that in there.
It's all in Spanish.
No.
Oh, no, this is the English
This is the
one.
English one.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Todo con Dios. I have merch out. I have. I'm also going to be having merch for my old albums too. The other merch that you guys used to buy. When this book comes out, I hope every single parent, whether you're still in a relationship or not, you're going to go through some things that book is going to have something to help you with. And yeah.
Dope. Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines. Let's see who's going to call in. Anybody want to call in and ask them anything about the book?
Chop it up.
Ask them anything about music.
Lo que sea.
Ask him anything. Maybe Miguelito can call in and ask him for a freestyle.
Oh,
if you're
shit.
watching.
Here we go.
So, yes. So, we're going to go ahead and put that number up. A ver, let's see who calls. Let's see. Anybody want to call in and challenge him to
Hey,
it?
shout out to my boy Cricket as well. Shout out to my boy Cricket and also his pops and his band, man. I got love for you guys, man. You guys been taking care of me for years. I just want to give a little shout out to my boy Cricket.
Okay, so once again, I had a couple of you guys say, I'm going to call in, and a lot of you guys cry. Why is it always the same callers? Because they love calling in. I'm trying to get different callers in, so let's keep it pushing.
What's up? Let's call it in.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, the caller to call back. Okay, I guess you hung up. I'm not sure. Let's see.
Sin miedo.
Exactly. Here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is another shameless plug. Miguelito's Tattoos on Instagram.
That's him.
What's up?
Jesus Christ.
I like the plug-in.
Go ahead,
All
bro.
right, so I got one question for Tony, and I got another question for your guest.
Yes, sir.
All right, my first question for Tony is, hey Tony, did you ever consider putting that one beat you got for Freaky Tales on right here on Tony A on Roadium Radio?
Oh, you know what? No, I never thought about that, but I thought about actually getting somebody to rap to it, and I was going to make a Freaky Tales video. That was my idea.
Sounds like a good idea.
But yeah, but that was a beat,
that
believe it
was
or
like-
not. It took me like 15 minutes to make with my boy Devin Vegas. So
Yeah, that'll be badass if we can get that in there pretty soon.
okay,
You gotta hit
cool.
up Norbert for that, or?
No, Norbert, he's over there belching the chalupa.
All right, man. Hey, so I got a second question for your guest, man.
Talk to me.
All right, man. Hey, I want to ask you, when I ask you this question, I want you to be real with me, and I want you to be straight up, all right?
That's all I've ever been my whole
Straight
life.
up. All right. Well, with that being said, man, are you down right now to bust a freestyle for Roadium Radio?
Man. Bust a freestyle. Are we like acapella?
Acapella, or we got some 1980s Roxanne type of beats if you want to hear something.
Man.
Drop the beat.
I could throw in that Freaky Tales beat.
But I don't know if he'll fit it, but try it.
Give me some East Coast shit if you got it.
I don't know. We definitely, well, they are East Coast beats, but there's some Run DMC type of shit.
Man. All right. We vibe. Yeah. What to talk about? Give me something to talk about, man. You want me to freestyle? Let's go. You want me to be a Roadium?
Anything.
Yo, I'm living in life trying to explain all the pain and the rain and the change, and it's strange when the change come. And I'm handsome with ransom. Los Angeles kids trying to take over the neighborhood, but never could rob a house and can get away with it. But I'm just talking after mine, and I'm committing crimes, and I'm just. Let me change the tempo a little bit. I'm drinking Dasani with pretty little mommies who wanna chill with me and want me play with they Tommies. And got the Tommy guns, we chilling with Tony, and we just having fun. We're going on and I'm just talking on my mind a little bit, talking. I don't know, man. Some little freestyle, bro. I don't know.
All good. Yo, it's all good. I enjoyed it.
I'd rather, you know, be like, they faking and comfortable, hot since a month ago, out of control, irresponsible. I cannot quit. It's impossible. Life is an obstacle. I could go anywhere, any place that I envision. I'm thinking about money and bitches. I'm thinking about motherfuckers I used to be cool with, and now I have nothing to do with. It's foolish. Look, some shit like that. You know?
Okay, that'll work. Hell yeah.
Real fans know where that's from.
Hell yeah. Let's put some fires. I always like to put fires if you're dope, and tomatoes if it's trash. So let's put some fires up there.
Hey man, I appreciate it, man. I haven't freestyled in a bit. We should bring something like that back. I normally do it when I smoke, bro. You know, I'm in a vibe and boom, 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 and it's been a while since I freestyled, man.
All good, Miguelito. What do you think?
Hey, you think he qualifies for verse, or do you think he needs some more practice?
I think he's overqualified for verse, to be honest with you. But you know what? I definitely will bring him back for that, bro.
Yeah, bring it in.
And I'm still working on, Miguelito, Cujo versus Misfit. We're still working on that.
Oh, okay. It's good to hear that, man. Yeah, man. It'll be good to see him in verse for verse pretty soon.
Absolutely.
All right, man. With that being said, I'm out.
Salute. Bye-bye.
Thank you, my bro.
Appreciate you.
Okay, let's keep it pushing, you guys. We probably got about 15 minutes. We're going to try to get a couple of more phone calls in. So, caller, your name and where are you calling from?
We're still working on it.
Yes, sir. Tony, Roadium Radio.
What's good, my bro?
What's up?
I'm calling from the North Bay, California.
Okay.
So this cat right here, I'm going to tell you something real quick. He's got skills. He reminds me of Andre Nicotina.
Oh, shit.
You guys know who that is?
Yeah,
definitely do.
Okay.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I'm going to tell him. Yeah. Because he's a storyteller, and he actually tells, like, what time it is.
That's right. Good looking out, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. You have a question, my bro?
Talk to me.
Yeah, bro. Where can I get your status, and who are you, bro? Like, you just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, man.
With you.
Like, look. When you have time, I'm going to go on Spotify. Go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Go on Spotify, listen to those albums, man. Listen to the mixtapes on DatPiff. I'm just this talented Hispanic artist, bro. Born out of LA, man. And I fell in love with the culture out here, and I'm part of all you guys. I'm part of every single person who loves this music, who loves the streets, who love the industry. And I'm just trying to do the most with what God gave me.
Absolutely, my bro.
Yeah, bro. Let's uplift you. Like, fucking, you can tell a story, and you can fucking tell a rhyme too. So let's just keep going. Let's keep pushing forward, and fucking let's go.
Good looking out, man.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, positive vibes up here from Northern California, brother.
That's right, my brother.
Absolutely, my bro.
Gracias,
Thank you.
sí, gracias.
All right. Thank you, my bro. You know what? And I'm glad he said what he said. He goes, you just came out of nowhere. And I like that, because that's what we like to do, is shine light on artists like yourself here, bro.
Hell yeah.
You know, so thank you for that phone call. And let's keep it pushing. We got about 11 minutes. And let's get some more phone calls in. Anybody want to call in? Ask him a question, once again, about his visuals, about production, about anything. Call in. Call your name and where are you calling from?
Yo, what up? This is Cuervo.
What's good?
Oh, shit. I haven't talked to you in a minute, bro.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Good, my bro. Good. You got a question, my bro?
No, man, just tapping in to say what's up to Dad's Legend.
What's up, man? Where you at?
right here in the P, bro.
Ooh, in the P. That's right. Okay.
Gotta keep the P in
Yeah.
it.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. What's up?
Yeah,
You
and
like liking the music, man? You checked out the albums?
Was from hearing my name.
Yes, there he is. That's a real fucking person who listen to my motherfucking music. Yes, sir, my boy. Salute to you.
Yes, sir.
Salute to you. Hey, do me a favor.
You already know.
Do me a favor for doing that.
What's it?
DM me, and I got you on your ticket for the Urbicon.
Bad. We chopped it up before, bro. We collabed on a video. I'm on 60 Squad.
Which video is this?
I collabed with you on the a little freestyle video I did for you. I edit on it and stuff.
Oh, what's up?
Collabed on it not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on, my guy? Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna be hitting you up for some of those videos for sure.
For sure, bro. Get at me, bro.
Hey, tell them your Instagram, bro, so people could go follow you just in case they need some edits on their videos. He does some crazy edits. If you guys just put up reels, he can basically just bring out that reel to make it look way doper. So you're not just putting out something simple.
Yes, sir. We do edits and also lyrics. If you guys want lyrics added to it, my IG is 6feet_squad. P spelled PHEET.
6 feet. There it is. With
Oh,
the
good.
PH. Thank you for calling, bro. Hey, I'm gonna hit you up right now.
Thank you, my bro. Appreciate
For
you.
sure,
homie.
man. Y'all take care. Have a good night.
You too, my bro. Okay, let's keep it pushing. We got time for at least about 2-3 more phone calls. All depends if they're short. Call in, ask a question, anything pertaining to the book, music, his life, anything he might have shared, anything he might have tapped in, touched on today. So once again, we got a few more minutes. If not, we're just going to continue this conversation. But I would like to get some phone calls in. And so let's see. I like to say, if you got the balls, make the calls. Let's see.
You got the balls, make the calls.
That's it. So let's go, guys. If not, here we go. Okay. Caller, your name and where you calling from? I think that's probably like a transformer. Sounds like a transformer. So, okay.
Yo.
Sound like you're jerking off at Popeyes. Okay. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me go ahead, screenshot that number. Go ahead and put that number, bro, on the screen.
Call it up.
Yeah, call it up. 562. Come on, let's go. 562 360 7743. Okay, anybody who calls like that, we're gonna give away your number.
There it is, my boy. Hit him up. Be like, hey, don't be doing no weirdo shit like that.
Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my
Hello.
name is Clarissa.
How you doing, Clarissa?
And I'm from Glendale, Arizona.
Okay.
And yes, I'm happy that I grew the balls to make the call.
Let's go.
I've been wanting to call in for the longest, but first I have a question for Tony A.
Yes.
I just want to say, Tony A, because I like to sing, and I'm like, wouldn't it be cool? I tell my husband, what do you think Tony A would think if I was to like do a little, like, say for instance, Roadium Radio is here to stay. It's here to stay with Tony A. Roadium Radio with Tony A.
Yo, let's give her a hand clap.
Let's go.
I would like to know, what would you think if I was to help you with the intro or something?
Send the voice memo.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Send it.
Send it in.
If you can record it, go ahead and I'll use it.
Put the vocals in.
That was dope.
That was very nice.
And then, thank you so much. And then for your guest, this legend, when you talked about being isolated, what did you do to be isolated from everybody, to have yourself, like, to concentrate on you? Because right now, that's what I'm doing right now. And I want to know some tips on how you kind of did it. I like that, what you said.
I appreciate you saying that. You know what? What I did to isolation, and I'm not going to lie to you or the people listening, I I moved out of my family's house, and my family, I mean, like my baby mom and my son, and I just got my own place because I had to put myself in a place where I had to see myself instead of other people watching me. Like, I stood a lot of time in the mirror. I looked myself dead in the eye, and I looked at everything wrong that I do and the piece of shit that I've been. And I literally told myself that I wasn't going to be that man anymore. And I told myself who I was going to be. I basically turned into a freak into myself, and I spoke the truth to myself. I talked shit to myself. I made myself feel bad about myself, and then I brought myself up. I worked out.
Yeah,
I read.
I love the way. Yeah. See. Yeah, reading too. Reading is what I've been really doing, and I'm trying to concentrate on me. I took myself off Facebook. I just want to concentrate on me. And when I heard you say you isolated yourself from everybody through your journey, that really was so interesting to me.
It's important that you do it. Of course. It's important that you do it for at least 22 days. And whatever new habit that you create within those 22 days will be a lot easier to adapt to. Whether it's the working out or the eating different or the reading or the knowledge you're taking in or whatever podcast you're taking. I listen to a lot of books too. I don't really have the time to read a lot, but I'd rather just listen. So if you got earphones and you want to listen to some stuff, it's always easier to even do yoga while you listen to it, or drink your coffee, or do some shrooms. I did that a lot too when I was by myself.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. I had to let go of weed and alcohol, and I was just like, I started looking at the studies into shrooms, and I started microdosing, and that's something that I definitely suggest for you to do while you're isolating yourself. And as you microdose, read and work on your goals, and there are new pathways that your mind would actually create, and you would start thinking different while you're microdosing, and you're going to be like, what the fuck? It's like another person that's you talking to you how to better yourself. It's dope.
Yeah. No, I love that. Like right now, on the 4th that just passed, I've been 30 days sober from drinking.
Awesome.
Nice.
And I would drink a lot every week, every weekend now, and for years. But now I want to do something different. I'm going back to I'm going to get my GED, and
Nice.
I'm reading more. I'm staying away from everybody. I'm isolating. So thank you so much for your time, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And that's awesome. I love how they put you on the spot and you did that flow, man. That shows a lot of talent. And your brain's working like crazy. And you, Tony, oh my God, I love you so much. I can't believe that I got to talk to you.
Thank you. You know
Send
what?
the vocals.
If you can please find me on Instagram, or have somebody find me on Instagram, please record it, send it to me, and we'll use it.
Boom.
Oh, okay. For sure. For sure, Tony. Hey.
Ooh, let's give her a hand clap. Thank you.
Go.
Okay, Roadium Radio for live.
Let's go.
Thank you. Have a blessed night.
Thank you for your time. I love you guys. God bless.
God bless. Bye-bye. Okay, that was the last call. We got to end it with that phone call, bro.
Yeah, that was a good call.
Okay, let's see. Let me get out of here. That was dope. That's the first time somebody ever sang Roadium Radio, bro.
Hey, bro, and she sang it good.
Yes. So I'm happy for that. So let's see. Okay, no more calls, guys. That's it. We gave you an opportunity. Now you guys have the balls after this woman called, and she had them. So other than that, my bro, once again, anything I didn't ask you, anything you want to promote? If not, just give some shout outs.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to, everybody that, has been supporting me for years. My brothers, Fade Master, Edward, Hayes, Brandon, my boy Coda. I know there's so many people I'm not talking about. My brother-in-law, my sister, everybody. My parents, my folks. Everybody else listening who's a fan, and I appreciate you. God bless you, and I hope you guys enjoy this album. I'm gonna keep creating content, regardless if it's an album or a mixtape. I'll be sure to keep you guys entertained, and get the book when it comes out. I hope and I pray that every single person listening, your goals accomplished, and everything you're trying to get done gets done. I appreciate everyone's time. I appreciate everyone listening.
Absolutely.
And yeah, man, we'll be back over here with Tony A soon. Thank you, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you to David again. And yeah.
All good. Before I give my shout outs, we got some super chats over here.
Yes, we do.
Go ahead.
Let me just make sure I'm on. All right, I am not on. Okay. All right, so we do have some super chats. Let's start out with James Guerrero, drop $5. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good looking out.
P-Dog, drop $1.99. Este güey es cabrón. I will look him up.
P-Dog.
Isaiah Chavez dropped $2. Just asking if we're getting Freaky Tales Friday.
I'm going to work my ass off to make it happen.
There you have it.
That's my other podcast.
Isaiah Chavez also dropped $2. Any chance you'd have Chingo Bling on Roadium Radio?
You know what? We've been working on that for a while, and he has said yes. The thing is, because he lives in a totally different state, it's whenever he's here. So, but yes.
All right. Enrique Ledesma dropped $189. This is why I didn't call. The callers were still 100.
Absolutely. First and foremost,
That's all.
that was it. Okay. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to everybody in the live chat, everybody who commented, everybody who liked, everybody who disliked, everybody who shared, everybody who subscribed, all of our members. Much love, much respect to you guys. Want to thank Norbert, News for Norbies. I want to thank Alex Cervantes Enterprise. I want to thank the Hip Hop Jedi, and I want to thank my son, B-SKANLESS. I want to thank our moderators, Magic Girl. I want to thank David Vegas, Concerts for You. Thank you for the connection. And first and foremost, my friend, muchas gracias. Thank you for coming through and blessing us.
Hey, thank you.
So he'll be back with his book. So whenever that drops or his record drops, we'll definitely make it happen. So, and you know what? I like those comments. Wow, where did this guy come from? Wow, who is this guy? Wow, I've never heard of him, because there's still an audience out there that possibly never heard of you.
Yeah.
And that's what we like to do here, man, to shine light on talent like yourself.
I appreciate it, man. Shout out to Radio.
Absolutely. Tomorrow, guys, conversation with Marvelous, 8 o'clock. So see you guys tomorrow. We're out of here. Much love, much respect. Thank you.
I could go on forever, baby. I could go on forever, baby. Do it.